Christmas, and all I want for Christmas is you.
He's
I,
loot.
I got whammed at the start of November. It doesn't matter anymore.
All right, then again, welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage, Waterdeep episode, at least for the start. And we gonna get a quick, I guess this time really quick resume of Christy from the last session to get into the mood. There you go.
Yes, so we decided to go back to the Quatoa camp. We did the same with Alyssa and Zoya distracting the Quatoa and pretending that the big Kalgaloop sent us, doing the weird moving pieces of meat and whatever guts and talking through the statue with the Mother G. They ended up believing us. We tell them that the big Galoop sent us to get rid of the Aboleth. The Quatoa agree and tell us that they know the ritual that is necessary to get rid of the Aboleth, and they agree to help us to get to the island where the Aboleth resides. As they show us through the cave, we hear Halistar saying something about creating religion. I don't remember the whole text.
Because I did not send it to you. Yes, that is
No.
my fault. I actually have to.
But
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. It was something about him creating religious and it going kind of wrong and such. The ceiling is covered with stalactites. The water is still muddy as the aboleth appear with two crab-like creatures. And whisper something like, "You came to me. Finally, you came to me." So not creepy at all. We fight them and we start fighting them while the Quatoa chant, or better said, uh, Elisha and Yagu start fighting them while Alyssa and Zoya get paralyzed and grappled by the weird crab-like creatures. We somehow manage to fight them though, and get one. I think one of the crab-like creatures escaped. If I remember it right. But we killed the
No, I
other
guess
one.
I think Elisha killed the last one.
Did Lasha kill? All right.
Yeah.
So we killed them. Importantly, we killed the Apolet. And the big pile of money that was on the island when we arrived ended up being mostly copper, so it was around 78 GP. Then we found a smaller cave containing 600 GP, some other items, rather rotted leather bracer, and a cork bottle containing a scroll of magic weapon, a potion of clairvoyance, and slippers of spider climbing. Well, we're not sure what they are yet because,
They are
but they are.
slippers of spider climb, yes.
I mean, out of
Spider.
character, we do in character. We still need to identify them, as far as I remember. We collected the items, and after informing the drows, through a message, we left for Scoutport. We went back to the party house where Halaster appeared. By the fireplace, he offered us to go back to the Waterdeep, and Alyssa asks for a few more hours, where she visited the Zentarim. They seem to be unhappy about the Xanathar being gone because they don't really know what to do now, or it was a bit of like their main goal, and now the main goal is gone. So, in the meantime, Zoya visited Jarlax and told him about Diaboleth, having a drink and a chat, and then visited Nightshade to ask for something to help Yagu, who got a condition where he has to stay hydrated. So what we actually got was like a spray, like a perfume, like spray bottle, but better than nothing. Otherwise, we would have to carry around Yagu in like a bathtub or something. Elasha visited Felax, who accepts to take over mentorship now that Cull is gone, and then organizes for the alchemist supplies to be delivered to the party house. We go back to the party house where we get teleported to Waterdeep. Dylan, the innkeeper, pays Zoya out the 10 gold from her bet that said that Olin wouldn't come back. It was supposed to be a scam, but I guess it worked um, differently. And he tells us the Trogdor will be there later. And he also told us that probably Lady Silverhand would be interested in talking to us. And he organized a meeting with her as well. So we have a bit of free time until we are able to meet with them. And that's where we stopped last time.
Correct. Anything you guys would like to add?
Nope.
Something missing? Something wrong?
No, we wanted to find a cleric for the condition.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yago.
Yagu craving. Yagu is craving a cleric right now, since
Yeah.
he does not just need to stay hydrated; he actually needs to be moisturized,
Moisturize me.
like a plant.
Like the skin
Moisturize
lady
me,
from
Daddy.
Doctor Who.
Ah, yeah, correctly, exactly. Yeah, like that one.
Moisturize me. And, I know. So I did send you
Moisturize me, father.
messages. Zoya sent for someone from her orphanage to join them around the time like Trogdor would be there, like in the yawning portal. She can give out some of her share for the orphanage, and she would then look for a cleric with Yago because she wants to get rid of her condition as well. And I think we should also like have a look on what we want to sell.
Yeah, actually.
And it's probably better to do that in Waterdeep anyway. I guess.
I mean, on the items, you have a buyer as a basically certified buyer for your stuff, who offered you a great amount of coins.
Yes.
So there's that. If you want to sell
Right.
some, or basically, yeah, turn in some magic items and exchange them for coins, then there you go. But you probably need to discuss that, since some of the items could be useful. Some are just a bit dump, and
I think the only item we could actually sell out of them that we have, like the magical item, would be the billowing cloak that Zoya has.
yeah, that is a very flavory item. That is true. Yeah.
Because
The orb of time or the candle
Oh, the
from
candle of
underwater.
never hurt.
Yes.
yeah, because the thing is, although the orb of time can come in handy when we're like in the dungeon again,
It
so
can,
we have
yeah.
a bit of a. The other thing is like the slippers. Even though we're not quite sure, I'm gonna assume we had identified them before deciding to sell them. The slippers.
Yes,
of
slippers.
spider climbing.
Slippers of
Right,
spider
right,
climb.
Wieder clean.
Then I think Elasha grew up quite fond of the manta ray cloak, and it turned out to be quite useful. So I think we should keep that one, because worst case, with Yago being able to hold his breath, we can still
Yes.
like have two people travel at the same time underwater, which is great.
Yeah, Elisha just had too many, well, bad or close death experiences containing or
Water.
including water, so he is
Yeah.
grown a little bit afraid
I do-
or
I do
Which
have
is
all
what?
the shard of wyvern crystal we found in one of the first levels. I don't know if that's gonna get us something. But we have the
Well-
spell books that none of us can use.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be something that we could.
And maybe we can get something from some map makers or something, offering them to copy the maps we have. Although I don't know how long that would take, because we don't have that much time.
We could also like offer a service to bring something to Skullport.
We could do that too.
So if someone needs to have something or a message delivered or something. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to try and sell some of the things that we just keep dragging with us, like the crystals and stuff, because I think we have
Yeah.
no use for them anyway, right?
Yeah, we
Mhm.
have. I mean, I have a list of the things we have. I sorted everything that isn't like Zoya stuff by items. So we should be able to.
Yeah, good then. What do you want to do first? Probably get a cleric first, right?
I
Pretty
think
Yeah.
sure,
so.
yeah.
Let me then.
Let's hit the yellow
Minute.
pages.
The yellow pages exactly. Waterdeep has is no short of temples, so that is absolutely no problem. I put you on the general map of Waterdeep first, so that you have the beautiful official Waterdeep map, which is huge.
Uh-huh.
Oh damn.
And I circled in the yawning portal just to know that for you as a reference that you know where it is.
That's a
That-
big circle.
Yeah, that's
Big square.
It's also a big name.
a coronary circle.
So there are.
You mean the red one, right? The red.
Yes, yes. There where it says the yawning portal.
I don't see text.
You don't see
the
text?
yawning portal?
No.
No.
I only
We
see
saw
the red.
red.
What?
We see a red
Oh, come
square.
on.
Red under
Are
switch
the
is white.
texts
Yellow
actually?
yawning
You have it on the GM layer?
Yeah, that is what is actually. Okay, you should see like the words, like City of the Dead, Castle Words, Trade Words, and all that
Yes.
stuff.
Yep.
Okay, all the other shit is on the GM layer. I have to put it
I mean,
on the token
it
layer. How
Well, you
about
can
that
just
one?
Aha.
you
That
can just
works.
choose on what you want to show us.
No,
you can,
no, it's actually. I mean, why should I hide all of this stuff to you guys? It's dump layer, token layer. That was a oversight. I did not know that this is all on the GM layer. It doesn't make any sense, but there we are. Different temples. You have, for example, if you go to the Sea Ward, there are some. There is, for example, the Shrines of Nature, the Temple of the Beauty. House of the Moon is also temple, shrine, whatever. And then let me see if down here is even more that I need
Temple
to
of Zeldarin.
reveal. Layer, token layer. That is actually a very dumb map if that is all on the GM layer. Why should it be on the GM layer? So you should see now all street names and stuff. Is there more? No, I guess I got it. Okay, good. You should see stuff now.
Yes, stuff.
Stuff. Good. Um, Temple of the Zeldarin, for example, is also a temple. Yes, correct.
All right.
And
Which one's the
I mean,
closest?
looks like it's the. You could either go for Helm's Hall, which is to the south on the southern ward,
Do we know
or you could go.
something? Do we know something about the deities or religious aspects that they?
I just
Yes,
know I
of
picked the
course.
wrong goat.
They are all of the main deities are present with the temple. So, and they're also at least not publicly known. You have no evil deities or such that are present. So you could actually pick either of them. Would not make any difference. So the closest one is either the Temple of Zeldarin or Helm's Hall. So the Temple of Zeldarin belongs to Zeldarin, and the Helm's Hall belongs to Helm. Helm is a more warrior-like deity. Zeldarin is more a restoration, nature, and balance kind of deity.
I think restoration sounds good.
Yeah. What do we find in Castle Ward generally? because I think the market is like right north to it. So if we want to go and like look for like a magic shop or something, that would probably also be more on the upper
Yes,
side.
yes, more
Yeah.
more towards the market and Castle Ward. Yes. There's also the
All right.
Hospice of Saint Lobson here, which is a
Lobster.
hospice, but yeah. And magic shops are drawn all over the place actually in Waterdeep. A lot of them are located in the North Ward near the Trollskull Alley, which you can actually imagine to be like. You remember that specific street in Harry Potter where everybody can buy their magic shit?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
That is basically Trollskull Alley.
All right.
Nice.
You know, the irony of me picking Timora as a goddess for my character and then rolling shit all the time. But I think the goddess like of restoration and everything else is kind of northbound. Should be fine.
Yep.
I guess we head there. Unless someone wants to do something else first, or
I think it's most beneficial for us all if we get Yagu up and running again.
That would
Yeah, I
be
would say
nice,
so.
Yagu runs.
Yes.
As long as you keep him moist, he runs.
yeah.
But
But
with
I
every
will.
step you hear,
I would like to do something about my shaking as well because that's kind of disturbing.
Uh-huh. I see. Good. So then I guess since you already wanted to go then afterwards to the market, the Temple of the Seldarine it is.
Hmm.
What's the Hawkman?
It's
Hawk?
tavern.
Okay.
It's not a bird person from Rick and Morty. Because I know that you were thinking that.
Hawkman existed long before Rick and Morty. Please.
please.
All right.
Hawkman is an old
the
character.
walking through the streets of Waterdeep, you see a lot of burnt houses along the way, and people desperately trying to fix a lot of the damage that happened there. And it looks more like the city suffered from a natural catastrophe than a war, because it's completely random which house is burned up, which one got just minor damage like a broken door and windows. But more or less every second house suffered some damage. And people run around randomly on the streets, not doing the usual stuff that they do in Waterdeep, just by basically trying to trick you into some sort of scam, convince you to do some gambling on a side street or stuff. All of this mostly stopped, and everybody is a bit, cautious, let's say the least, to everyone who wears more than the usual normal common clothing, because they do not know if you might carry around some magic items that might go off in the next second.
Wait. So I think we have, or like some of us at least have like some kind of magic items. So are they just like going rogue and being like activated without us wanting it,
Oh
or
no, my candle, it's gonna flick on and off.
and the cape is gonna billow?
So no, from the information that you got from Troctor a couple of weeks back, using magic items is right now completely forbidden within Waterdeep. The possession somehow is not. But since nobody knows what magic items actually could do right now, since the effects are not working as they used to be, everybody is a bit suspicious of magic items. So it's a very weird mood.
All right.
Mood.
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 But nevertheless, you manage to find your way to the Temple of the Seldarine, unharmed and undisturbed. Always carrying around some buckets of water to moisturize Yagu in the meantime.
That's
Takes you
gonna.
about 30 minutes to get there.
We just
That's
make
bound
him a
to get
suit out of
us.
sponge.
That's actually our plan, but it's bound to get us some weird looks from people
Yeah,
if we
it's like
keep
just randomly
watering the
see a
tortoise.
person on the street.
So instead of shame, like in Game of Thrones, we walk kind of like moisturize.
The walk of
Yes.
moist.
Yes, you're not throwing shit of him every couple of minutes. You're just moisturizing him completely. Actually,
We're
he needs to
washing
be.
him like the sexy girls in a car wash. Like.
Yeah. They almost think that he's like a very rich noble. So he has like
With a
his
weird
entourage
tick.
of people that just
Yes.
walk with him. Moisturizing
very
him.
a very rich noble with a weird tick to be moisturized every couple of minutes.
Well, he's a turtle, so maybe
Yeah.
makes sense.
And you did tell us that turtles are quite rare, so it could be that they just
Yes.
need to be moisturized.
Yes, not a lot of people knowing that turtles exist.
Now they know.
Good. So you crash into the temple. The temple actually is a picture of destruction. And a lot of the statues and pillars are cracked or even shattered completely to pieces. And most of the clerics in the temple are occupied by attending townfolk with their wounds and burns. But one of the priestesses then walks up to you and asks you what your business is here, since you don't seem harmed.
I explained him what the conditions are that we have, that Yahu got affected by something that makes him to be moisturized all the time, and that I've been having those tremors.
All right. So, may I ask how your fellow got this condition?
Well, we had a rather unfortunate run-in with some powerful creature which afflicted this condition on him before we were able to slay it. And unfortunately, the condition stays. So it doesn't seem to be like any kind of magic-based illness. And we ourselves are not able to cure it.
So, I see that you are possessing divine powers there. What did you try so far on him?
Well, out of character, actually, we didn't try anything because we knew that we couldn't do anything. But I probably just tell her that I used less like my restoration magic and stuff.
If that did not help, I guess you need some powerful healing there. I have I'm not sure if you know this, that all powerful magic is forbidden right now in the city. And we need permission of Lady Silverhand in order to do so. Also, we need a lot of open space for, well, we don't know if the magic goes wrong or not.
So, would you have a place like that where you usually would do something?
Yes, we do this right now. We do this in urgent matters. We do this on the marketplace, which has been cleared out. So we have a couple of 100 feet of open space there in order to try whatever we can. I'll have you know that just 1 out of 3 spells works as intentioned right now.
Oh,
Out
And-
of character, when was the break that the Halaster wanted to give? Did that already happen?
That
Is
happened a long time ago.
Like, is that
Yes,
but
like
is
a
that
week ago.
the week already finished, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know that it happened like a while ago in game, but out of game, I wasn't sure how much time had passed.
Sure.
And
So,
what if you say that like what was it? Every 1 in 3 or goes as planned or
yes.
okay. So but what happens if it doesn't go as planned? Like are there any dangers of like summoning something?
Well, the effects are unpredictable. Actually, everything could happen. We had very expensive high-level spells that just turned to be, summoning flowers. Others just, unfortunately did not end so well for the person that we cast it on.
Hmm. I see. I see. And you say
Yes.
that we need to have a erlaubnis
Permission.
Permission.
permission from Lady Silverhand so you
Yes.
could actually try it.
Well, we
All
are meeting
magic.
her later, so we should be able
Oh,
to get permission.
you
Oy.
do know Lady Silverhand. I see.
Well, we haven't had the fortune to meet her personally yet, but we will be able to meet her today.
Well, unfortunately, I can't do much without a written permission or her being in person here. So you should maybe meet her in the first place?
Yeah, I think we should be able to get a permission from her.
Good, then I'm happy to help you as soon as you have that.
Do we need to bring anything else, like any ingredients or utensils that you might require?
Just some dragons, that would be nice.
What?
Meaning the currency of Waterdeep, gold pieces.
I I just wanted to come again.
Okay.
And how how many dragons would we need?
Um, this seems to be a complicated issue, so that would be very expensive. I hope you possess that much. I'd say it's around 5,000 gold.
The what now?
Say what now?
For a spell that might go wrong.
Okay, alternative suggestion. We ditch this guy, and when we go back to Waterdeep, we go to the promenade. To Waterdeep, Skullport.
So,
If the
and
price
you
doesn't change.
you're about to live with that condition then on for the next. Okay, I mean,
I mean,
It's
depends.
up to Yago because I can live with the tremor. They're annoying, but like not really.
That's a good question. Let's see
Well,
here.
I
you
could
do know
prepare.
that there's no healing for you unless you are not completely submerged
Yes,
underwater.
I know that, but on the other hand, 5,000 gold. Do we have 5,000 gold?
Nope.
Not
Yeah.
at the moment, I think.
No.
When we
I-
sell stuff,
Exactly.
maybe.
Oh, well.
You do have 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, maybe if we. Oh, because we shared some.
Yes,
some-
if if you combine your funds, you definitely have more than 5,000 gold.
Yeah, we shared a good chunk of the gold. That's fair.
Yeah. And we still have a lot of.
But
So-
in the collective fund, I do have. Oops, where is it? 2,775. Then we have. Oh well, we have silver and copper that we didn't. Yeah, no, we should have enough. Because 29,000. Yeah,
And
that's
there's a 1 in 3 that it actually goes right.
yeah.
All right. Well, then, thank you for the information. I think we will be back once we have spoken to Lady Silverhand, and we'll hopefully then be able to bring everything you need.
He does a slight bow to you and says, "I'll be happy to have you once you're back."
Do we get some kind of discount? I mean, we were responsible for you guys having a week of a break here without the magic going crazy.
You can't imagine with what kind of excuses people come here asking for discounts and shit.
Out of character, I don't think that people, like regular people, know that.
I know,
we
I know.
But
Do we have
maybe if we
anything?
talk to Lady Silverhand,
Do we have
then
anything that could prove it? I'm just trying to figure out. We don't really have anything.
probably not. Like my best guess would be talking to Lady Silverhand and seeing how that goes, and maybe if she recognizes that we are
Yeah, she
the
could
reason
write
they
it.
had the break, maybe she can
I mean, we
do
did tell
something for us.
Trogdor, and Trogdor told her, so we might be able to get something out of that.
Yeah. So then, for the time being, let's keep on moisturizing Yagu and try selling stuff, I guess.
This is the weirdest curse I've ever did to a player.
I
Really?
would like to believe you, but at the same time, you shove the ring up someone's arse, so you know.
That is just a ring in somebody's arse. That is not a curse.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's much more
weird
normal,
shit.
obviously.
And I actually did run this by the book. This is just like if you read the description of Aboleth, this is a thing. I did not invent that shit.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway.
So where are we going next?
Well, does anyone have anything in particular that they need?
Well, yes, but baths.
Yes, butter baths. Okay.
Bada bing,
What
bada
kind of
bap.
weird? Yes. What kind of weird spell is this?
It's not a weird spell. I'm just saying that I need something, but I
Yes,
need you
you
to
need
tell me where
something.
I get it.
We come to that later. Actually, I need to write you some things then, and then we work that out later. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Like just for Elisha, she would really like to send a message home, but that's also something that we don't have to play out.
Ah, your message home. Yeah, I mean, you can write me. Messaging service is just limited to normal post, like not sending a magic message, just writing
Yeah.
a letter and then get it sent.
You could ask for a reply be sent to Trogdor, so you'd be sure to get a reply.
Yeah.
Once it
I will-
arrived.
I will do that, I think.
Yeah,
Alright.
that would probably be the best way to do it. Then that's that. Let me. You guys go on. I just need to write some things down.
All right, we have, and I'm looking at the inventory list of the bag of holding. We have like a lot of pearls, black pearls, purple crystals that we probably could sell.
Yeah.
So
I guess we go for that.
Yeah, but where do we sell them to?
are like pearls and black pearls used for like any magic stuff?
I mean, pearls are used for magic. I don't know if black pearls are used for magic too.
Because then we could like go to a magic shop and try to, or at least check out what they would
I mean,
offer.
let's go to magic, some kind of like shop for magical supplies first. And if they can't do anything with that, we can still like find a jeweler.
Makes sense.
Though I don't know if a magic shop, like right now, is this one? Do they like? Everyone seems to not be very fond of magic right now.
Then we could maybe we could sell them to Taz or something, because her magic seems to work, but I don't know in how much
Well,
crystals she'd be interested.
I mean, we're not selling like a magic item itself. We're basically just selling ingredients that they probably would use to like fuel or create or
Yeah, or to make a
do
focus
something.
or something.
So I guess that this would be still in demand? Because I think, or I hope at least, that they also think that this will change at some point again and go back to normal.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, that's our goal, to get rid of the bitch down there, so that stuff up here is normal again.
All right. Then I guess we would like, is anyone? Oh, Alyssa, you are familiar with Waterdeep because you lived here, right?
Yes.
So you would probably know of some magic shops.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. Well, there is that alchemist that I've brought you to on our very first day, but I haven't been here in quite a while, as we all haven't. I'd have to walk a bit to recognize where the stuff is, but yes, I know a good portion of the shopkeepers and the shops.
Well, if they recognize you,
Well, they should. Do we need anything from the alchemist there? But because I would like to visit her anyway.
I mean, we can have a look at what they have, see if there's something interesting.
Yes.
Recipes.
yep.
Yes.
Now that we are in the potion mix business,
Mm.
All right. That shop was located. Where was it actually located? I had that
Somewhere.
written down somewhere. Anyhow, it's in the Troll Skull Alley. Let's go with that.
Yes. Trollskan Ellie. Where's that?
Yes,
Cool.
Troll Skull Alley it is, which is here. So, going down there, Troll Skull Alley, you see basically a picture of complete destruction since
Oh.
lots of the shop, not just every second, but lots of the shops, nearly all of them, suffered some damage and destruction there. And most of the shops there seem to be burnt down, but the merchants, as Waterdavians, are very resilient to danger and destruction, put up some markets in front of their shops, just not going out of business and refusing to just give in to all of those rules. You walk up and down the alley and see that most of them are actually not selling magic items. Most of them just have normal stuff in their tents there in front of their shops. And some of them just seem to be selling apples. Others just have some general clothing or normal weapons. And it is a very unusual sight for you, Alyssa, since you knew that street being sparkling with magic normally.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be
Yes.
probably
And you do
better off.
find, yes, but you do find the remains of that alchemy shop, and the
Mhm.
tiefling lady is sitting right in front of it with some dried herbs.
I lightly tap her on the shoulder if she hasn't noticed us by now, and say, "Hello, my dear. It has been quite a while since we last met."
Excuse me, who are you, my dear?
Oh yeah, right. You remember Alistair?
I do remember Alistair, yes. Yes, what happened to him?
That's her.
Nothing really happened to me. Let's just say, down in Skullport, there's a few people with quite the interesting magic, and yeah, I got turned into a woman.
Uh, you what?
Yes, I am Alistair, or Alyssa as I go now.
You are
Very-
fooling an old lady there.
I am not.
Are you really? How can you prove that you're Alistair? Alistair
I-
was such a handsome dude.
You might remember us. We were here with Alistair last time, before we
Yes.
left for dungeon.
Oh yeah, I definitely remember some half-orc lady and traveling with an elf. Quite an unusual sight. Yeah, that is actually true.
I'm not. And our friend here.
I show her my dagger of warning that she should pretty much know of.
Huh. You do have the same companions as Alistair and also the same dagger. Okay. I guess I just go with it.
Well, yes, we're here to buy a few things and maybe sell something as well. But seeing that your shop has been compromised a bit,
Repurpose.
well, yes.
like all of us. I mean, look at the alley.
Yes, it
None
is.
of those
It hurts my
poor
heart
souls
to see
here
this.
now. Yeah, none of those poor souls now sells anything that could be worth more than silver.
Yeah,
But
I guess selling will be more. Would work better in Skullport for the goods we have with us. But
I do not know what you're talking about there. Who is this Hallister?
Alistair, the Mage, the one that probably caused most of
Oh,
the mayhem.
that one from the legends and stories that we tell children.
Oh, he's real. He is.
And he
Is
is
he?
partly responsible for Alistair over here. So.
Oh, well, that actually makes at least some kind of sense. Tell me, why are you just looking like you stepped out of a bathtub?
It's a long story.
We need to moisturize him.
That doesn't help.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. But that doesn't
Sensitive
seem
skin.
normal.
It's not very
Sen-
normal. I mean, Alistair here is a woman. Is this the least, like, is this the biggest of your problems right now? Like, this is weird. This is weird. Huh?
Uh,
Just trying to get
I-
behind all of this. Don't mind me. No offense, please. Just it's a lot of weird things happened, and we still did not get used to it. So
maybe there is.
so how can I help you?
Maybe there is a way you could help it. Do you happen to have any recipes for potions?
I do. Yes. I guess I could write some down. Sure.
All right.
What would you have to offer?
Well, what would you need? I have a great knowledge of potions.
Well,
How many recipe could you write us down in a few hours?
Well, I mean, I have the standard ones that people use to buy from time to time. That's the usual, like potion of healing and such. You can have those for 50 gold pieces. Absolutely no issue at all.
buffs out of
And
character. You said that we have like basic recipes we already have, right? Just like
Yeah.
for just like the really common basic potions. So
Yes.
okay, so okay, would you happen to have a recipe for like an improved healing potion or something like that, or maybe like
Um.
an antidote or something against poison or other illnesses?
Well, I can give you potion of lesser restoration. That would be a start, I guess. And I also possess the recipe of potion of greater healing.
I think those two would be very beneficial for us.
All
And I
right.
look to the party.
Yep.
Don't actually need to write them down. I have them here. So you can have the greater healing potion for 100 gold,
That sounds fair, I think.
and lesser restoration for 50 gold.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think we will take those.
Mhm.
And I would hand her over 150 gold.
All right, good one. You have those 2 recipes now.
Good day.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Alistair? Maybe do I need it? What do I call you right now, Alistair?
You can still call me Alistair, or you can go by Alyssa. But
Ah, I see.
I
That
wanted to
makes
ask
sense.
something about a friend of mine, Buskin. You might know him. He asked me to
Oh, I
contact
see.
some of his friends up here, and I wanted to ask you if you knew them by chance, because I don't.
I see. Boskin, that's a name I haven't heard for a long time. Um, Maybe you should look in the field ward. There
Okay.
is a tavern in the Shanty Lane.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only one in the Shanty Lane. Don't worry.
Yes.
And I, the last time I've seen Boskin hanging around, he was there. But
Okay.
that's a long time ago. How did you know Boskin?
Let's just say I've met him down in Waterdeep, and he's been a good friend to me since.
I
But he
see.
has grown ill, and he told me that I should contact his friend about it because he fears that he won't live for much longer.
Well, you know how short-lived people like Boskin are, so maybe you find a friend or 2 that be able to help you.
Yes, maybe. Well, thank you for the information then. And I wish you good luck for the rest of your business until we can bring this all back into the normal kind of stuff, you know.
Very
You have a
well. I guess we rely on you then.
Yes. Alyssa does an exaggerated bow.
Zoya, you wanted to say something?
Nope. I didn't say anything. I was just looking at something. But I
Ah,
realized we do have one more item that we could send
ah,
Obaya because I somehow missed it on the list in the bag of holding. We can sell him the gem of mind control.
Right.
Ah, yes.
Because we can use it anyway.
We can't use it anyway.
Unless the slot lied to us.
I mean, we could
Slut!
maybe use
Double A!
I
It's still
did it on purpose.
I know! The control gem, yes.
Oh, I'm gonna ask her if she has a potion of fire breath. Just because it's funny. And the potion of flying. Like
Flying
the
or
Well,
recipes.
lying?
I have you know that I'm not allowed to brew magical potions right now. I'm down to materials.
No, I mean we would need like the recipe, and if you have the materials, we will buy them too. We're not planning to brew them here in Waterdeep.
I see. Yeah, well, yes, I have the material and the potion if you want it. The recipe.
Okay, how much would those be for both?
You can get the recipe for 100 gold pieces and the necessary ingredients for another 50.
100 for each spell, or
Potion of fire breath.
okay,
What was
and
the
for
other
the
one? Flying?
potion of flying, yeah.
Potion of flying, potion of flying. Let me see. Do I actually have that? No, I'm sorry. I can't help you there.
Okay. So 150, right?
Yes.
Okay, I would buy those.
Good. There you go. So, is there
Alright.
anything else I can do for you?
I am checking real quick. there with else.
So we have the recipe for the potion of what was it, greater healing.
Yeah, I
Lesser
made
restoration.
I made an
Less-
article in
Ooh,
the Obsidian portal, so I can add yours if you can't edit it.
Okay. Oh no, I didn't see it. We can add that.
Yeah, I just made
Yeah.
a book of alchemy recipes, and
Let's put the. It's perfect. Let's put the recipe
you have
and
potion of
the
flying and
no the potion. We just the potion of breath, fire breathing. It's an uncommon potion of fire breath. And we also have the material for the potion of fire breath. I think we can put that one in the alchemy thing. It doesn't look like I can edit this one.
um. All right, then I'll have to check how I can give you like permission, but I'll do that later.
Yeah. So potion of fire breath plus. I think we can put both in the alchemy thing, so we have those things separately.
All right, yeah, buffs. How are we gonna do it with the ingredients? Because like I think common potions you said don't have like any special like rare ingredients, right? But for
correct.
the uncommon and up, we would probably need to gather some special ingredients.
Correct.
Okay, so then can I read them up somewhere, or will you give them to me? Because then I could like add them to the recipe, like in parentheses, what the special ingredient would be, and then we.
You could, I mean, the special ingredients, apart from just random herbs and all that shit, is basically the spell component that you need. So everything above, like I ruled, everything above 50 gold pieces needs to be there for a spell. So let's say, for example, you want to do a scroll of um, what was that name? Um,
Hmm.
Yep. For example,
Revivify or whatever. Yeah, that one spell that
uh,
uses a 500 gold pieces diamond or something like that. So
okay.
if you need that, the special component for the potion is exactly that. So
Okay.
you can just basically look it up by looking up the spell that you want to turn into a scroll or potion. In this case, potion. And if there is a special component indicated in the spell, you need that special component for the potion as well. Otherwise, it's just general herbs and stuff and some alcohol and nothing special.
Okay. And for brewing itself, do you need to know the skill for like lesser restoration potions or something like that?
You need to actually know the spell. Yes,
Okay.
you need to be able to cast the spell, and then you can turn it into a potion or a scroll.
Okay, so you have the basic ingredients, you need to know the spell, and you need to have the ingredient that you would use to cast the spell.
Correct.
Okay.
And it also consumes then. I mean, that is basically just a general information that is not really useful, but it also consumes the corresponding spell slot. But since you're gonna do this on off time activity anyways, it's just basically bleh. Nobody needs that. And you need to be able to cast the magic.
Cast the
Okay.
magic. Cast the magic.
Master the Kajic.
Exactly.
Good.
Good.
Anything else you want from that nice tiefling lady selling you herbs?
Not exactly. Oh wait,
Herbie.
maybe I have some things that I could give her or sell her. Equipamento. Num, num, num.
I.
Oh yes. Num, num. I pull out my owlbear eye, owlbear claws, and owlbear feathers, and show it to her and ask if that would be useful to her for like anything.
Oh, owlbear materials. Oh yes, that would actually come in very handy. I think I can use this for some stuff. As soon as we are back in business and can actually do potions and everything else, I give you 25 gold for them.
That is perfect. I hand over the owlbear things.
Good.
Uh, I would also like to get another recipe
Mm.
before we move out, and that would be oh yeah, but water breathing. Does any one of us know the spell?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, then it's probably useless right now.
Also, baths.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the right time for this, but what happens to my mushroom clothes in the sun?
Do you actually wear them right now?
Yes.
Okay. Your mushroom clothes. As soon as they catches sunlight for a couple of hours, they change color. They do not seem to be affected by the sunlight in durability, something like that. So they are perfectly wearable and not turning into dust or something like that.
Yeah.
But the color changes greatly from this illuminescent gray into a just muddy gray,
Ugh.
and look actually a bit dull right now. You
That's
would
okay.
not go to any fancy occasion with those clothes right now.
Oh well, of course not. Okay.
Okay.
Um, okay, just real quick for me, buffs. Like the potion of lesser restoration. I think I find that as elixir of health. It's probably that one. But just a detail for me
Let me quickly check.
because I didn't find a lesser
Potion
restoration
of
thingy.
potion of no patron of health. Potion of healing. No, potion of healing is
If
way
you,
too
if you look
powerful.
up elixir of health, then it removes blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned,
Elixir of health.
and I will change that.
It's exactly the same effect basically.
Yeah.
Yes, blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions. Yes, it's correct.
All
That
right.
is the one. Just
Okay.
has a different name than at the end of the day.
And then I would actually ask if she has a recipe for potion of heroism.
Heroism.
Heroism gives you temporary hit points and the effect of bless for 1 hour or until the
Da, da, da,
hit
da.
points
That
are gone.
that one is available for another 100 gold.
Ah, I take that. That is good.
All right.
All
So
right, then I think I'm fine then.
she seems to be interested in like stuff that can be used for more magical components in case like it goes back to normal.
Alchemy
So
in general, yes.
alchemy in general. Would she be interested in something like gems, pearls as well?
Let me see those. They look like normal crystals to me. I do not know any potions or other alchemy recipes that use crystals or dust from crystals, to be honest.
All right,
Maybe try it with some wizards?
will do. Would you be interested in spell books?
Yeah, also wizards.
Wizards, okay. Would you be able to point us toward someone who could be interested?
Wizards. Um, well, there is the academy. Um, you could try there, but they are very busy right now researching the cause of all of this, and well, maybe you find someone that is interested. But there are also some wizard shops here in the LA where you could try. I mean, none of them has actual use for them right now, but I guess times will change some point.
Yeah, I mean, we do know the cause, just not solution to it.
Well, I guess I mean just right across the street there's old Marcus who can maybe get you a good deal on those.
All right. Does anyone else need something from her?
I think I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good too.
So, should we go to the dude she told us or to the academy?
I mean, either works, I guess.
Which one is closer?
Exactly.
The old
Well,
dude probably.
the dude she mentioned is just across the street. It's actually just on the other side of the street.
I mean,
Then
let's
off
see
we
what
go.
he can offer.
Okay, so you look into the direction she pointed, and you see an old man with a gray beard and something that resembles a wizard's cloak with some gold intarsia worn into it. All of them, yeah, worn down, basically not really maintained well. And he has his face buried into his two hands and seems to be sobbing over some kind of scrolls that lay down at his on his lap.
I approach him.
He is indeed sobbing. As you come closer, you hear the silent sobbing of him and some manly tears being shed over those scrolls.
All right.
None of it works. How can it be? None of it. I'm ruined.
Are you all right, sir?
How can I be all right? He looks up to you and you see the tears running out of his eyes. How can I be all right now? I was an honorable wizard. I was rich. I did a fortune with spell scrolls. None of them work anymore.
The spell scrolls seem to work in Skullport, right? It's just like some of the magic that's wonky.
It's Skyport. Whoever gets to Skyport nowadays?
Well,
How am I supposed to get there? Why do you even say that?
you could. I mean, actually, Skullport is flourishing at the moment. All the ships that try to enter or leave Waterdeep with goods end up in Skullport. And the magic
Didn't
there.
you listen? I said I'm an honorable wizard. I'm not just some kind of scum wizard that does magic trick in a tavern all night.
What kind of spell scroll would you have then?
Ah, Babs, you should be a
What
I
comedian.
have
kind of
all kind of spell scrolls. What do you even want? Why do you talk to me?
Wow. I don't think he would be interested in buying components if nothing works.
Maybe we can sell his scrolls in Skullport.
Yeah. How many scrolls does he have?
I used to have like a full shop of them. Half of them are burnt.
Okay, so how many scrolls
But I do
you have?
look at those, and he points at two crates being full of spell scrolls actually, and some of them are a bit bruised by a
Okay.
fire, but they look alright.
How much do you want for both crates?
It's just you actually want to pay me for those?
I
Huh?
asked, so.
Well, not if we don't
yeah.
have to.
But if you want.
He stands up and starts brushing off the dust from his clothes and says, I guess I have customers then. Gimme. Whew. All right. I am
we-
Marcus the Great. I sell spell scrolls.
Oh, we could trade something if you would be interested in trade.
Not sure. What do you have for trade?
We have pearls, crystals, we have some spell books. But I think
Crystals,
that-
crystals. Show me the crystals.
So I show him one of the purple crystals, and one of the red crystals, one of those that like turned into hair dye for Tess, for Orling. And I show him one of the wyvern shards that Zoya collected.
Oh, those are from the Underdark. You have valuable stuff there. Yes, yes, I'd need those.
How many of the shards do I have? Because while they were inspecting like the throne and stuff, I think Zoya cleans the the wyvern crystals.
Well, you have like half a dozen of them, basically. You got some bigger ones, not the smaller ones. So
Okay, so we have half a dozen of those, but they seem to be quite big. We do have 11 of the purple ones and 6 of the red ones.
that is actually great. Oh, maybe I could. Oh no, I can't. Oh, and he seems to fall into his self despair there again. No, I can't. I can't do this. I'm not allowed to. I don't have permission. Ah, what do I do?
What permission? What are you talking about?
No, every magic user needs permission right now to do magic, and it's only allowed in urgent matters.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I tried some of my spell scrolls, and look at my shop. It got burned, and everything exploded, and I was able to salvage those 2 crates of spell scrolls. This is all I got. This is all I have.
What kind of spell scrolls do you have in there? More common spells or?
All kind of them. Some of them are pretty valuable, but mostly it's just minor things, like magic missile or burning hands or stuff that people that adventurers like you need.
All right. So.
But nobody buys them anymore, so I'm ruined, as I said.
Would you be willing to trade them for the crystals?
Yes, yes, of course. I mean, the crystals can't explode, right?
Not that
I
we
don't
know
think
of.
so. Not that we
didn't
know
yet.
of.
Well, then I'm happy to trade with you. I mean, gold is also nice. So
So what would you offer us? As I said, we have 6 of the red ones, half a dozen of the, well, also 6 of the wyvern ones, and 11 of those purple ones from. Oh, we also have some
well,
mushrooms.
let me see. Let me see. He then starts crawling through his 2 crates of spell scrolls and said, "I have a magic missile here. Um, pretty high level. So you could have those for the red ones, for the 6 half a dozen thingies there." And he holds like 5 spell scrolls of magic missile in his hands.
Okay.
So do we have a deal?
I was asking more like, what does he want for both crates?
Oh, both crates. Let me see. This one. Oh no, I can't give you this one. No, this is not good.
What is that?
And this one. How about this one? Yeah, let me see. Okay. Well, he takes like a handful of spell scrolls out of the crates and says, "I can give you the rest of the whole crates for all of your crystals."
You took some out, so I'm gonna keep one of the wyvern crystals.
Yeah, I can't. This is just those are way too powerful. And do you actually know how to use them?
Can we should be able to use them, right? Out
You
of character.
spell scrolls. You need to know the spell. Basically, it
Alright.
needs to be on your not know the spell, but it needs to be on your
It should be, yeah.
on your list. So
Alright.
If it's in your bard list, for example, if it's
Alright.
if it's actually right now in your list, you can use it straight away without a check. If it's on your list but not on your level, you need to do me an Arcana check in order to use it.
Alright.
And if it's not on your list, you can't even use it.
Alright.
Oh, no magic missile for me then.
Alright, but I mean, we could probably sell or trade some of those in Skullport too.
I think so as well.
Okay, so I would give him all the crystals except one of the wyvern crystals
Okay.
for the crates. If
All
everyone
right.
is
So,
fine with that.
well, I mean, you collected all the crystals, and nobody else cared. So,
I collect. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but
Well, she's the accountant, so I won't interfere.
well, at least it had some purpose of stuffing the magic bag, the bag of holding with all those funny crystals, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, then let me translate that into some spell scrolls for you. You get 5 scrolls of magic missile,
uh,
level 2.
wait a sec. Or are you? Will you write it down, or should I write it down?
Yeah,
I'm
5 times magic
It has
missile,
more special
level
attack.
2.
thanks.
Then we have 5 times burning hands. This is a level 1 spell, if not otherwise noted. And then we have we have 2 times tiny hut,
Whoa.
and we have 5 times cure wounds on level 2.
All right. I tell him he can keep the crates. I just stuff the scrolls in the bag of holding.
Very generous of you letting me keep my crates.
Well, I told him I wanted both crates. That was the deal. And he took out spell scrolls, so you know, I'm being fair here.
Good. So that's those are the 2 crates.
Mhm.
And wait, we also have let's give you this one as well. 2 times 2 times create food and water.
All right.
Good. It's why I guess this is the first time I ever did business in a couple of weeks back.
Well, glad we help, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do in the future?
Just right now, I can't do anything. I mean, look at me. My whole business relied on selling magic potions, magic scrolls, and I can't create any of them. And most of my shop burned down. So here I am, a ruined wizard. Haha.
Hmm.
I mean, I know you don't like Skullport or the idea of Skullport, but we just came from there, and I can tell you, at the moment, it might be a better option for you, and you can still like come back.
But Skullport is a place of scum and villainy.
Well, it
How can
was.
I, an honorable mage and wizard, survive down there?
We could help you out.
It's not that bad.
How do I even get there?
You could take one of the ships leaving Skullport. Just make sure it's one of the trading ships that has goods on it.
I see. Yeah, okay. I might consider your offer. If there is
And
business down there, so maybe I can do something.
there definitely is, and there's just a few spells that don't seem to work in Skullport, like messaging or teleporting. So I think it would be still better than what's going on here.
Message does not work? That is a basic spell.
Wait, no, it
How
wasn't
does
message.
that...
It was no sending. It was sending.
Sending,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Sending, not message. Sorry, sending and teleporting that don't work.
But, I mean, sending is a very basic spell. Why is this not working then?
Because let's say a certain mage down there likes to keep control of communication. But there are ways. There is um someone there called Taz. She can take care of sending messages out of Skullport if you need.
TAS.
And Skullport at the moment is very rich in all kinds of materials because nothing arrives in Waterdeep by ship.
I heard about that.
But make sure that
Oh,
you just take your utensils and ingredients that you have here.
but this Taz lady, what is her? I mean, she's not just called Taz, right? What is her name?
Do we know what her?
Did we ever ask?
I don't think we ever bothered.
Ouch.
Well, she said her name was Tass. I don't think we ever bothered. I think if someone would know something more about that, it would be probably Alasha.
Probably.
Why?
Pass the ball. Let's
I don't
see.
know.
Why?
No,
Why
wait,
not?
I didn't
wait,
have,
Tass.
like-
No, wait, Tass is not part of the thing. It's
No.
Elvira, right? Yeah, no, my
Yeah.
bad. My bad. I don't think we ever bothered to ask her for another name. We just figured that was fine.
Well,
I
she
don't
passed.
know a wizard called Taz, so I guess I'll I consider it. I consider it. Maybe I can do something in the Skullport. If situation up here in Waterdeep does not improve, I'll definitely consider it. Thank you for your advice, dear adventurers.
It was
Yeah.
our pleasure.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Then what is up next?
That's a good question. What else do we have?
So we sold the crystal, right?
Yes. Oh, I had more crystals. I have
Like
some
we have some
crystals.
pearls and stuff.
We have pearls, and I have sharp shards from the crystal in Grotto. There was the crystals where we the skull grotto. So I had more crystals.
I still have wyvern claws and wyvern teeth. Like, we could have sold that, probably. Huh.
Yeah, I have a stinger
you
as
just
well.
sell. Look, you sell the wyvern stuff as well for 25 gold to your alchemy
Neat.
friend there.
Did she need a stinger too? A wyvern stinger?
Yeah, the wyvern stuff, all of it included the stinger for 25 gold. So you can do this. It's absolutely no issue.
Yay! I almost have 1,000 gold in gold. Which is pretty cool.
That is quite an amount.
I have exactly 5 copper.
Okay, you look upwards to the sun and you see it is nearing noon.
All right.
Then when I head back, or you got something
I mean,
more we can do.
we probably have some time after we meet Trogdor and Lady Silverhand.
How long will we stay here? What did he say?
Well, it's a full day, so
And we arrived in the morning, right?
yes, exactly, until the next morning. So you could
Party all night.
party all night, basically. Yes.
Um.
Right.
So how much like if we would go back now, then we would be at the yawning portal at noon, I guess.
Correct. Yeah.
And when did we have to be there? At noon, right? Or was it later? Or
Just
didn't
later. There
Okay.
was not a time specified. It was just later.
All right, then if we are already up here, then we want to do something else.
All right.
Uh,
Then I guess Alyssa has some stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and while the others head back to the yawning portal, you start your search for the tavern. And I write you the stuff in private. That just means that you arrive roughly an hour later at the yawning portal. So you get back to the yawning portal in the meantime, without Alyssa, who again excuses herself.
Do you wanna borrow the hat of disguise as in to look like you used to meet
Well,
people?
no. The friends of Boskin, my dying friend, do not know me, so
All right,
I figured it won't be a problem.
all right.
But thank you for the offer.
All right.
So we're back, everybody, and we waited an hour and probably just grabbed a drink or something.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, is Proctor already here?
Troctor is indeed here, sitting at a table with Obaya and Lady Silverhand. Obama, exactly.
Thanks, Obaya.
They're both here, and I don't have a token for Lady Silverhand, so we'll just take this commoner here now is Lady Silverhand. Here you go. And Troctor is playing on a harp for the time being, and you enter there and can easily follow the tracks of Troctor by being very loud as usual and very careless also as usual.
Froggy! How dare he?
Well, I guess we approached the table, or at least I approached the table.
I join you, of course.
My friends, I can't trust my eyes. I actually see you in person right in front of me. What a
You better
great day. How did you come back? I mean, look at the portal. It's break down. How did this happen?
You know how we got Halistar to give you a break for a week?
This is basically our break that we got.
Yeah, we managed to strike some other deal with him.
But we are
Oh,
only here for a limited time, so we will be back down there soon.
I see. You did a deal. What did you have to do for this deal with Hallister?
We got rid of an aboleth.
We basically killed a god. Or almost.
Oh, oh boy, this is just not. Oh my God! And then Lady Silverhand stands up from the bench there at the table and says, "Troctor, shut up! Finally, let me talk to them." And Troctor gets shorter than he already is, and basically tries to hide under the table as Lady Silverhand expresses her authority over him. So, my adventurers, please sit down. We have a lot of issues to discuss. And what is this abomination of why couldn't you, Durnan? Durnan, come here. Bring this guy a towel. Did you just fall into the Did you just fall into the sea?
It's a long story.
Oh,
and,
no.
Well, if I'm not wet, I will not live for much longer. So please, no towels. Thank you. We'll explain.
Unless it's a wet towel. Wet towel would be fine.
It won't
I guess we just explain to her what his condition is and why he needs to be wet.
I see. So this actually has a purpose.
It does.
Yes.
It is essential for his survival at the moment, and we are
Excuse me, I
looking.
just thought you're just disrespectful and rushing in here, being wet all over the place and ruining Durnan's nice tavern.
No, sadly, this is the state of things right now.
We are sorry if we cause any kind of mess or uproar, but we have to do
Don't
this.
be sorry. You are right now our only hope. So sit down, please. Sit down. We have manners and issues to discuss. So, you are down there with the Mad Mage. Tell me everything. What is he up to? What does he even want from us?
I think he's just bored, actually.
Yeah, it's not that he wants something.
He seems to really enjoy having other people struggle.
That sounds very much like Callister, yes.
We weren't able to like make out any particular motive on why he does it, and when he talks to us or contacts us, we get a feeling that it's usually for his own excitement and for his own Unterhaltung. Holy shit.
Entertainment.
Entertainment, exactly.
Entertainment. Uh-huh. Mm.
So, yeah, would you happen to have like any more insights, maybe of like his origins or
His origins. Well, Hallister is probably one of the last living legends that we have down there. His power is only rivaled by gods, basically, and not even I, as being one of the seven sisters, dare to oppose him. He's been around for centuries now, and he is way older than even the city. He was here because Waterdeep was even called Waterdeep. And he actually was one of the founding members of the city, his tower now being converted into the castle Waterdeep. Where you're sitting right now, down there, this hole, this was the well of his tower once. The only way that we know into his dungeon. He turned mad centuries ago and retreated more and more into his underdark dungeon, which he expanded for such a long time. He was actually human once, but since he is still around now for more like 4 centuries, I guess he is very far away from being human. And we actually in the council consider him to be immortal.
Only 4 centuries?
Only 4 centuries, yes. For a human, that's quite a long time.
Fair enough, a point. It's just like the way he sometimes would talk, he would have assumed more, but
Well, Turnan, come over here. Turnan walks over, the innkeeper, yeah? Tell those adventurers here how you survived Undermountain back in the... Oh, Laryl, you know that I'm not one of those who brags about his accomplishments. Turnan, this is very important. Please just don't brag. Just tell us how you survived. Well, I never met the Mad Mage in person, but I tell you that I ventured down quite a few times to Undermountain. Found great riches there until I retired to open up this tavern. I tell you, Hallister is one of the most dangerous persons I've ever met. And he is mad, indeed.
well,
Yes,
we
but yeah.
figured that out because he seems to be like rearranging the whole Undermountain as he pleases. So
Oh, he does that all of the time. When I went down there, no map was ever good enough there.
Huh.
How is it actually even looking down there? I have not been down there in a decade.
Well, Skullport is faring off quite well at the moment, that's for sure. Considering they get all the shipments that were supposed to reach Waterdeep.
Yes, that is also a matter I wanted to discuss with you, Larry Surhand then asks you. So, tell me, how does that even work? No
We're,
ship that was announced to be here in Waterdeep ever arrived us.
well, we're not quite sure of the how. We just know that the ships that try to leave only manage to actually leave Skullport if they leave all their goods there. If they try to leave with their goods still loaded, they just end up being teleported in Skullport again, whole ship and everything. We're not quite sure.
Hallister's magic all over again. So he actually redirected all the shipments that needed to go to Waterdeep to Skullport?
Yep.
Looks like it.
That explains a lot. We are suffering there. We are missing building material to rebuild the houses and the shops that went burning by the misuse of magic. So that explains why we can't get anything done here and rely on overland shipments to do anything here in Waterdeep. That is a big problem. Is there any way you could talk to the Mad Mage in order to solve that?
Well, we've talked to him multiple times. Talking to him is not the problem. But he doesn't care what we say, really.
Yeah, we can't really contact him directly. It's more than he shows up when he's bored or on a whim. But we would probably need to do something for him in order to be able to strike some other deal.
Did he express what he wants in general? I mean, why now? He has been down here for 4 centuries, and he never did anything like that. Why now? What does
Apparently
he even want?
Apparently he wants to die.
Does he?
he basically is kind of challenging us to find him and face him.
From my out
Ah.
of conversation perspective, it feels like we're playing a play and he's the director.
Oh, there was
Ah.
something Olin talk. Was it Olin or Alice? I don't remember who talked to him, and he seems
Alice.
to like switch like a little bit and like and then he would tell that he wants to be killed, if I recall it right. So he seems to be kind of split.
Well, let me tell you that, turn and goes. I know a lot of adventurers that actually killed him multiple times. But there he is, still there, still managing this huge dungeon. Also providing me with the opportunity to bet on adventurers, not saying that. But he was killed multiple times and he's still there.
Yeah, but I think it's more like he's probably looking for something more permanent, I guess.
Well, then you probably need to squeeze your brains for some sweet brain juice because nobody ever managed to do this.
But what do you
Yeah.
mean he got killed a couple of times?
Like killed, like stabbed in the heart multiple times. His head
We-
cut off.
we
His
know that.
his legs stuck into his ears. Like all of it. all of those sweet little deaths you can imagine. All of it was already done to Hallister multiple times over the centuries.
I don't think that killing him, straight out just killing him, will solve the problem. I
Well,
mean,
apparently not.
he is connected to the weave and he is connected to the dungeon, and just getting rid of him might just destroy the whole dungeon and Skullport. So maybe we would need to replace him.
Interesting idea, Lady Silverhand says, and said, so I guess this needs a bit more of investigation since you probably don't have the means to actually replace him for something else.
Not really, but we're also like far from the level where he's supposed to be. We've been away for a while now, and we've managed to reach Skullport and the 4th level of his dungeon, and he's
Ah,
somewhere.
the farming level.
Yeah, he's somewhere around. What was it, 23rd level or something? So it's gonna take us a while.
23 levels. When I was last down there were only 5.
Hmm.
Well, there are at least 22. We do have a map of, well, probably not an actual anymore, but we do have maps of level 20, 21, and 22. So
Oh. Bother
I
to
take
show me them?
I I take all the maps I have out of. I have.
Okay. Dernan seems to be particularly interested in that general overview map that you copied from the wall. And he goes like, oh boy, did he redecorate. Look,
It,
this, and that was all on the same level when I was back down there. And he just starts taking out a pencil and summarizing stuff. And you notice that he actually summarizes level 1, 2, 3, and 4 into one level, and says like this was all on the same level when I was back down there. There was actually no stairs and no tunnel down below there. And then he starts rearranging a lot of other levels, and goes like, yeah, those were together as well. So that's very strange. Why did he do this? Oh,
I
and,
don't-
and this one there, that was basically when I stopped, and he points at something that resembles level 22 right now.
all right.
That's when I went back up there.
Mind giving us the summary you drew here, so we can investigate a bit more. Maybe there's some kind of pattern in what he did.
Oh yeah, sure. And he starts drawing and drawing, and he also takes on some of those maps that you have in detail there, and erases a bit here and adds a bit there, and says that one was there, and this one was I think this one was there. I remember. Oh, and there's what I mean. The river seemed to be, yeah, the water seemed to be in the right place, so he's not messing up with them. Maybe you should stick to those water sources, since he's not changing them. Those are all still at the same place when I remembered them.
Okay.
I guess that is your best bet. Stick to the waters. Maybe you find something. Oh, and have you learned about the gates?
Gates.
Yes, they are archway gates that connect different places in between under mountain. You need different activation puzzles to be solved there in order to activate the gates.
I think we
Out
did
of
find one,
character,
the one with the mask that led us to different room.
out of character, wasn't that like that wall we had with the buttons?
Buttons?
And then it was like that the thing's not activated yet,
Yes.
or the pathway is not activated yet, or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah, you're looking at the right thing.
Okay, all right. Uh, yeah, I think we encountered something that could be what you just described, but we haven't yet found anything like or found any other place that was connected or found out what to do with it.
Well, look, there are gates all over the place, and they are all connected to each other. But you have to find different gates to reach different levels there in Under Mountain. They
How
are
did
they are very, huh?
How do the gates usually look? Or do they look similar
Like
or the
archways.
same?
No,
Okay.
they all look more or less like archways, and every single one of them has a different destination, but and they also have different activation puzzles to be solved there. Some of them just need to have a coin flipped in, and others just need a word to be saying in the right intonation.
Is there
So,
any kind of hint? Because I expect him to probably have switched up the requirements or puzzles a little bit, I guess.
yeah, that very much sounds like Hallister. Maybe my information is a bit outdated there, but those
Could you
gates are very helpful.
could you draw in the ones you remember on the map and where they used to be?
And what you had to do,
No,
maybe?
maybe let me quickly think. Let me get some paper and a pencil, and I draw something down for you. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
And he retreats back to the counter, to the desk. And Lady Sylvan says, "Well, that at least was some useful information you had there. So, what are your plans? What are you planning to do?"
Well,
Well,
we'll have to go back tomorrow morning.
but while we are here, we need to cure our friend, and I look over to Yagu, of his condition.
Well, most definitely, he looks miserable.
Tell me about it.
Indeed, we have already been to the was it Temple of Celadrine?
Seldarine.
Eldarine, almost. And they told us that they would need some kind of permission from you, Lady Silverhand, to be able to even or be allowed to attempt to cure him. And but it will also be or could be like quite dangerous because of the thing with the magic at the moment, and also very expensive. So we were maybe we would like to ask if you would have, or if you would know of any means, or could help us out a little bit in this regard.
Well, the permission, of course, is necessary, and you then should not have any issues to get that from me. And she takes out a small little scroll and hands it over to you. So, this is the permission that you need. It's already pre signed by me. And what did those priests at the temple tell you about the cost?
5,000 gold piece.
Oh, so it's a
And
powerful spell then that you need, huh? Little fellow there.
Yep, it seems so.
Yeah, probably yes. Me myself, I can't really cure him. So that's why we are here asking for help.
and we would potentially need 2 spells. I seem to be affected by some tremors as well.
I see. Well, the
Of
permission is
course,
good for any kind of spell. I think I can open up the city's funding for you, and half the cost for any spell that you need.
that is very kind.
Very generous of you.
Indeed. Well, thank you for that. So we put the scroll probably in the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Good.
uh,
Then wait. Let me have a look. She opens up a pouch within her cloak and gets out another small little leather bag filled with coins, and says, "This should actually help you out," and hands it over to you, which would then halve the cost of the spell to 2,500.
Thank you
That's
very
very
much.
generous. Thanks.
So, my friends, since you will get back down in the dungeon there and I urge you to confront Hallister of his mischief and plans that he has for Waterdeep. And please try to solve that so that we can at least get back to normal. I'm also offering you some magic items that you might need.
Out of
All right.
character, that's actually something that I wanted to ask.
Um, also, assuming we managed to talk to him, he will probably want something in exchange. Would you have any idea what we could offer, or what?
Or what you
Talk
would be
to
willing
Hallister.
to.
Well, we first need to know what he actually wants, and then we can talk about some appropriate payment.
All
So
right.
please find that out. And you there, you seem to be in possession of a very special magic item. And Troctor assured me that you pledged your loyalty to our cause. So I guess you can communicate with us then?
Yeah, we will be able to communicate with Proctor, and he has to relay any
Well,
information.
first of all, welcome to our ranks. And
You.
please take this one here. And she hands you over another magic ring that looks very much like the other one that you have. So if you want to cut out this little big mouth here, talk to me directly with this one. And
Real quick. So, are the rings like tied together? Because I was able to reach Cal, right? Before with my ring.
yes, but this one is a special one that Lady
Okay.
Silverhand created and gives you a direct connection to her,
I see.
which otherwise would probably not be possible.
Well, thank you. I take the ring.
And Troctor, show me your hand. Yes, my lady. And Troctor puts up both of his hands on the table, and Lady Silverhand takes that one ring that is on his hand and flips it off his finger and stucks it into her pocket. You did enough now. You're not a big help to those people. I'll have a different job for you. So, please, see yourself out. Yes, Lady Silverhand, I guess I'm out of it then. Oh, okay. It was a pleasure to meet you, adventurers, and I hope you return back alive and solve all of these problems there for me.
We'll do our
Again,
best.
sorry for getting you into all of this. This is all my fault. I'm very sorry.
But we can't blame you for what the Mad Mage does.
Well, but I got you into that hole. So, well, well, we will see us again. Goodbye. And he then runs off. And as you see him disappearing out of the tavern, you hear him sobbing there and crying his way out.
So, Lady Silverhand, what have you planned for Troctor? He was always quite nice to us and tried to help us to our
Well,
best.
he is quite nice, but he is also very talkative. And this is getting more and more intense. And Troctor's, let's say Troctor's pay grade is not high enough for this manner. So I will take over this personally. And I heard that you looked for a new mentor. Have you found one?
Well, before we got teleported up here, I was talking to Felrex, which you
Falrax?
might
How
know.
is old Falrax doing? I haven't talked to him in years.
Well, I'm not surprised by that. He seems to be doing fine, but he seems to be a little bit kind of a hermit, if I may say so. He's
Oh
very
yeah.
gone
Well,
back.
Falrex has a bit of a history. Falrex actually is down there because I sent him down there, and Skullport was his punishment. But I'm glad
Oh,
to hear that he's doing fine now.
I
Please, if
wasn't
you meet him
aware of
again,
that.
if you talk to him, tell him that his crimes are forgiven, and he can actually stop being a weirdo and maybe be a full-fledged member of the Harpers again.
So that means that he will probably leave Skullport then, or
Probably not. I mean, he was down there quite a while, and also, well, ask him himself. He felt very much home to Skullport before I punished him to stay down there. So I guess he's not leaving Skullport. I mean,
I
I
see.
heard he put up quite a fortress down there, right?
Well, he has like a very large space for himself with a big library and some little servants
A
that keep the
library?
place running. Yes, he has
Really?
a
A library?
yeah, he has a very he has a big collection of books of all different kinds. So
Lady Sylvan smirks a bit and says, okay, a library, that is very unlikely for him.
how come?
Interesting. Interesting. Well, Farak's occupation was more going into that elven lady that you have with you. And she looks at Zoya and says, maybe you two have more in common than you think. Falrax was not always into libraries and stuff.
All right. He
But you
doesn't.
probably ask him yourself about that.
He doesn't seem to be too talkative though, so I don't know if he's gonna be willing to share.
Anyhow, now that you have means of communication with me directly, I'll be serving as your patron, and I'll help you as much as I can. Obaya, would you mind? And Obaya then bows his head and says, yes, my lady. And opens up another bag of holding and starts putting out some gauntlets onto the table and says, those are items that I acquired from different adventurers, and Lady Silverhand repaid me greatly for those ones. So those are now yours to take. They give you great strength.
Okay. What kind of gauntlets are those?
They are called, in your tongue, gauntlets of ogre power.
That sounds interesting.
And what would their usefulness be exactly?
Well, they increase your strength.
Oh,
How many do we get?
One.
one.
One pair.
Oh, one pair. Okay.
Obaya, stop holding back. Yes, my lady. And he pulls out a very nicely done longsword. I don't know if this is of use to you, but here is a longsword that is very well made and possesses some magic.
Okay. What kind of longsword?
It's a longsword +1.
Okay.
I hope you have use for this. But may I ask, since I was also responsible of sending down your deer, do you have any magic items that I can return to my king?
Show him the gem of mind control. We're not quite sure how it works, but there was a slot down there that was really
The
eager
gem
to
of a
get that.
slot. This is an item of
Yeah.
slavery.
Yeah, we took it away from him. We didn't give it back.
We didn't
Oh.
take it away from him. He attacked us. Okay.
Well, he attacked you. I ran
Well-
away because he made me afraid. But
Well,
that's
in
not
the
the
end, he
point.
didn't get it, and that's all that counts, I guess.
The mysteries of those gems are quite interesting to my king, I guess. I offer you the promised payment. and he puts out 50 very big platinum coins.
Okay.
The
How much
coins
are they?
the coins are as big as your hands, so it's 50 platinum pieces.
How much are they worth in our currency?
Like every other platinum piece.
Okay.
So it's
Just
500
500
gold.
gold. I just thought because you emphasized
Yes.
big
Yeah.
platinum pieces.
Thank you.
They were like.
So everyone gets 12 platinum and 5 gold.
Do you have any more items?
uh, nothing useful, I think. I mean, unless you're interested in this candle.
Real quick, guys. I doubt that any one of you would need the ring of jumping, right?
No.
What does it do again?
Lets you jump.
It-
Makes you jump?
Yeah, no.
Um,
How much?
You can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action at will, but can target only yourself when you do so. And the jump spell, I think it triples your jump distance.
Yes.
It could come in handy though if we have something like
A gap to.
a gap somewhere, because
And then
we do
we
have.
just take turns throwing the ring over the gap.
Yeah.
I have. No, 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 no. I
Until-
have
until
mage
Christy
hand. I
rolls a
have
one
mage hand.
and-
I have mage hand.
Okay.
We don't throw
But you
the
need
ring.
to. Yeah, but you need to attune to it, and so it might
Okay,
take
fair
a while.
But you could have one person jump and then we can fix some rope or something and then.
Do that. All right, it's probably not going to be worth a fortune anyway.
We
so-
can ask him how much he would give us for that and see if it's worth or not.
I have seen quite a few of those, but I'm happy to trade you 50 gold pieces for this one.
If we-
Probably not
yeah.
worth it at the moment. So we might hold on to that one as it might come in handy at some point.
Well,
Yeah.
my request seems to be very out of place right now, since you need most magical items probably to fulfill your quest and duty down there.
Destiny.
We might have some more once we finish our quest. But we do have some items that came in handy and helped us a lot in progressing in the dungeon. So we will keep on to those for now.
I understand. And shortly after that, Dernan comes back and says, look, I did a little thing there to show you how the gates are connected, at least how I remember them.
Thank
And
you so much.
he shows you a piece of paper there that gives you the information how the gates seem to be connected.
All right. Have a glance at it and put it in the bag of holding, I guess.
Yeah, it's a weird drawing of yeah, a lot of numbers and weird connections in between each other.
We'll have more time to actually like go through it once we're back to Skullport.
So those are the gates I discovered, and but I can't really remember the activation words for it. Just only that sometimes I had a weird feeling that I could not pass through some of the gates just because I was not ready, and there was a weird entity that hindered me of passing those gates too early. So maybe you get to the bottom of this, but I never did.
Okay, I didn't get what you said because it had like a small disconnection.
He basically said that if we're not a high enough level, we can't pass some gates.
All right.
But in a way that it makes sense in the world.
That's fine. That's fine.
Mm. All right. So well, thank you for that. I think this might come in handy and give us like at least a faint understanding of how these things work. So you said that they were like some kind of archways, right? That you had
Yes,
to pass through, I guess.
yes, yes.
And
You need to do the activation ritual or say the word or whatever it is to need to activate. And then a portal opens up, which you just have to step through then.
I
Sometimes you
see.
can, sometimes you cannot.
So it is possible that we might have just walked through one of these without even knowing because we didn't
No,
activate it.
no. You would definitely notice when you walk through one of them and you activate one of them, you notice. It
Yeah,
is
but
literally a pool of magic that you have to walk through, and it actually tickles a bit.
no, I mean like out of character. I mean more like if it's an archway, then it's probably is it like in a hallway, or would that be like an archway on a wall that then would turn into a thing more like
Oh,
that?
yes. Yes, it sometimes is an archway in a hall. Sometimes it just stands freely in the middle of a room.
Does it have any visual clues that we could, or like any signs, insignias, or something that would indicate it to be one
Oh
of those?
yes, oh yes, they are very much visible usually, covered in runes, and also be aware. Every time you walk through one of them, you trigger one of Hallister's um, Eldritch runes that do various effects on them. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good.
Oh, I think I triggered one of those.
Didn't we
Or
find one of those circles at the Goblin Bazaar, or was that something else?
no, but do you
Close.
remember the room with the manticores?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got affected by rune there.
Ah.
Yes, those Eldritch runes are all over the place. So be careful when you step through gates or open doors. You sometimes might trigger one of them. And as I said, sometimes the effects are good, sometimes they're not so good. Some of those effects bolster your strength to be like nearly god-like powers. Sometimes they just make you sit in a corner and cry for the next couple of hours.
And if we step through one of those portals, do we have the possibility to go back if something bad awaits us on the other side, or will
Oh
it
yes,
close
no, they
midway?
always work both ways, but they are most of the time always open for a minute. And sometimes the activation ritual or word might be something else from the other side.
Hmm.
I see. I see.
That's good to know.
That's
Not gonna
a
lie.
lot of information that will be helpful. I'm sure of that.
I'm glad to help. All right, guys, then. Um,
I would,
so
like, before we go on,
let's
can I, or sorry, yeah,
yeah,
sorry, what?
yeah, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I would just like to ask Lady Silverhand because she said something about magic items, and if it was only like the two items we got from Obaya, or if they have like some kind of treasury or something that they that we might be able to like maybe buy from them, or I don't know.
Well, I uh, I can create magic items, but right now my powers are a bit limited since we do not know the effects of magic. But maybe we have something already stored there. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Um, I would actually like to check on that. So if you want to put a break in, that would be perfect.
Yeah, that was actually my intention. I was about to put a break in right now. so
Okay.
Neat.
so let's do a little break, guys. It's 25 right now, so then 30. Um, let's meet back at 22:05. So 15 minutes break. Good. So, Gauntlets of Ogre Power, you got those, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Longsword +1.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna get something for me? Or not?
Well, depends. If you have something in mind, maybe.
So, Elisha took the gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
Is anyone
Thanks.
taking the longsword? Otherwise, I'm just gonna throw it in the bag for now, and when we can figure it out.
Throw it in the bag for now, I think.
Mm.
Thing
It's,
is, I don't
it's
really
just a
know anything. So.
+1 longsword, right?
Yes, it's just a regular
Yeah.
+1 Longsword. And Gauntlets of Ogre Power increase your strength to 19.
Yep.
Okay.
It has no effect if your strength is already 19 or higher. So, but yeah. There you have it on the chat. And Longsword +1 is just a regular Longsword +1. Now, up to your requests. Let's see.
I would ask her for a glamour-studded leather, and if she has an immovable rod.
Glamour studded leather.
I can put it in the Mad Mage chat. Technically, it gives you +1 and 8 on AC, and you can make it look like anything.
Well, of course it's glamour, right?
Well, what did you expect? If I lose the hat, I still need something that allows me to change clothing and make it look
that is
fancy.
that is possible. She can arrange that. Yes.
For how much?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I'll take that.
That
Uh,
is
um,
supplies that she can provide to you. Actually, rules-wise, she Lady Silverhand is your group patron now.
all right.
Ooh.
The
Ooh.
other thing would be an immovable rod.
Immovable.
I have the link for that as well.
Yeah, I can just quickly look it up.
It's one of the items that allow you to do a lot of stupid. Not that I would know anything about that.
Very interesting request, but yes, why not?
All right.
But yes.
Do they per chance have a staff of charming? That's probably way too OP, but you know, you can ask.
Well, charming.
Staff of charming bitches.
Staff of Charming is actually, I mean, it is a bit on the powerful side, but at the end of the day, there's still a saving throw and blah blah blah. So yeah, why not?
Oh damn. Cool. Now I can finally be evil and charm people.
It
Are you
it
saying
uses,
Zoya is evil?
just to have you know, it uses your own spell save DC. So
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
it's basically as good as you are. So
Oh, I am good. I'd say.
yeah, Staff of
If
Charming.
it's with
All right,
charisma, then I'm good.
good.
It is.
Yagu,
It's charming.
anything for you?
I
Poor little
asked if
turtle
she
has nothing.
a staff of defense and a ring of protection.
One of the two.
One of the
Which
two.
one would you like?
The staff.
All right, the Staff of Defense it is.
Is it okay if I attune to the staff? Because I got it.
I think she's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, sure.
get them for us, right? Or
Yeah,
do we
if
get them, or can we just
yeah,
add them?
she gets them. She gets them for you. So you can just add them to your character sheet.
All right.
And attunement is done over the course of the next couple of hours.
Okay.
I have a little bit more AC. I'm happy.
Same.
Good. So
Um,
everybody got
I-
a magic item.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Anything else?
I think if you have like a more
No,
because I just looked up that shield, like I think if you have a
No,
more
the
like
shield is-
reasonable request, you might
Yes,
get
no, that was just
it.
no, I know that I wouldn't get the one, but I basically would really like to upgrade my armor a little bit, and I mean I have just the adamantium armor right now, and
Mm.
if there is like either a way to improve that one or get a Misium armor.
What's your maximum armor? You can. You
Uh,
are on medium,
medium.
right?
Yeah, medium is max. And I think I have a chain.
Oh, I can use longswords, but I'm not gonna use it. But I could.
Yeah, I have a scale mail.
Huh?
So there's like either if I could have like upgrade it so it would be like half plate, which is still medium, or get Misium, which is probably I think +1 anyway. So I don't want to be too greedy or anything, but that would be really cool. Just like an increase by 1 would already be very cool, or a shield +1 or something. Just like at least like 1 more.
We could trade the sword. We could trade the +1 sword for a +1 shield. Otherwise, because I don't think any of us will actually use the longsword.
I already have a Warhammer +1, so
Yeah, the thing is, I have the vicious rapier, and I can't really use the longsword for 2-weapon fighting because
Mm.
and it's not a
that
finesse
won't
weapon
work.
anyway, right?
No, but I am proficient with the longsword.
Yeah, but you would take the strength modifier for attacks.
Yeah, yeah, you would. So I guess we could trade that if it works for a shield for last shot.
So a shield. Let me quickly check.
Basically, the Misium armor is the same as the adamantine, but just a +1. So it doesn't have like any additional benefits except for having higher AC.
Your shield right now is a usual shield, right? It's just
Normal
shield.
shield, yeah.
Yeah. Da 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 da.
And my armor is a scale mail, like a half plate would have a higher AC by 1, just like in general.
Mm.
So I'm also fine if it would be like, yeah, you go to the smith in Skullport and leave your scale mail there for a week and then it gets improved by 1 or something. I don't care. Doesn't have to be like something fancy.
Yeah. How about this one?
Oops, I closed roll 20.
You got that? The Sentinel shield?
Yep.
Increases your armor class by 2.
That's just It's just the same as shield. So the benefit for me would be initiative rolls, advantage,
Yes,
and
advantage
perception
on
advantage.
initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks, which benefits your already wisdom-based build.
Sure.
Well, then take this one.
Do we switch that for the sword, or does she still keep? Or do we keep the sword?
Yeah, you can switch that for the sword.
All
That
right.
would work.
We
Good.
can't really sell the sword back to Abaya because he knows that it's the
No.
one we got from him. So
Yes, but Lady Silverhand will probably have a use for that. So then, yeah, so that is that. Then the spell casting on Yagu and removing the curse for the half of the cost is easily done. So let's make this one quick. So Yagu, you lose that disease, and you don't need to be moisturized anymore every 10 minutes.
That's always nice.
And it costs you a total of 2,500 golds.
Okay. I do not have 2,500 gold on my own. I will pay. Where's my gold? There we go. I have 978 gold. You guys are gonna have to help chip me.
I have 750.
we have 2,775 gold pieces in the bag of holding. So I guess that's what we get out there.
Well, that
Yeah,
is your
so,
choice.
Well, I'll pay most of it myself.
can-
Anyways, so how much we
Well,
have?
Well,
you,
I can chip in with 400 gold. Then I have 350 left. Yeah.
you work that out for yourself, guys. I mean, you have a group coin thingy and also personal gold, so you work that out for yourself how you want to then actually pay this.
Am I there or am I still somewhere else?
Oh, you in the meantime you got back.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, how
Sure.
much gold did we already get? How much of it
You
did you guys? How much
Oh, okay.
did you guys?
It's 900 from me.
Okay, so we have 900 plus 400, right? So we're missing 1,300. I guess we just take 1,300 from the stash we have.
Sure.
All right. Did anyone from the orphanage respond?
Yes, they did. And you have the opportunity to empty your bag basically on the orphanage. The orphanage itself is well, the one character that you know there is Troctor is passing by a lot of times there and playing songs for the children there to soften them. But since they're not using magic in any sort, they are mostly unaffected by the evil that is seeing Waterdeep right now. The only thing that is missing is, of course, resources. So money is nice, but if you don't have anything to buy with that money, it's more or less useless.
Okay.
So they're down to potato soup for now,
Okay.
because the only thing that they have is basically coming from the surroundings of Waterdeep, from the few farms and fields that they have.
Yeah.
So they are more looking into actually practical things instead of money.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the money is always good, though.
Yes,
do
money is
have-
always good.
I do have a bucket with mushroom earth with like some spores in that, so I'm gonna give them that as well. They might try and grow something.
All right.
And what else do we have? We don't really have anything that is. I have a lamp that I don't use. I'm gonna give them the lamp. Actually, it's always useful.
Yeah.
I don't think they want my skulls for now, so that's.
No,
I
your
think
flower
that's it.
pots are not really of use right now.
I
But
mean,
yeah, the only thing that you notice is that you pass by the orphanage and it is overflowing with children right now.
yeah.
Way more that you used to see there.
All right. So from the gold, I take my quarter of the gold we have in the group stash, and I keep the rest of the gold I have because if they don't can't use it, I'm gonna keep it because it might be useful for us in Skullport.
Yes. Good. So the orphanage is it is holding up. So it's not just like it is dying.
Yeah.
But as I said, if you bring back other stuff, more practical stuff is of great use
Mhm.
instead of money.
Yeah. We don't
But
really have
also
much at the moment though.
prices gone crazy in Waterdeep for everything right now since
So
uh,
money is not that stupid if prices go up.
yes, yes. Good. So there's that. And then unless you don't have anything else to do,
Not that we can think of.
Not really, no.
all right, then after a nice and comfortable meal at the yawning portal and a good sleep in an actual bed that is not infested by bed bugs,
I
you
cleaned
wake
our
up
beds. Please,
you
buffs.
you wake up the next morning back in Skullport, and you haven't noticed any kind of transportation of some sort. You just got teleported back to your party house.
All right.
You need some sounds. What kind of sounds can I give you? Eh,
Crickets.
yeah. Well, you're back in Skullport again, and there is no trace of the Mad Mage so far. So, what are your plans?
Um, so Zoya is still suffering from her tremors, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently the temple had no means of helping you with that. But after a good sleep in the yawning portal, you can do me another wisdom saving throw, actually.
Me too. Because
Yes,
of
both of you.
my. Yes.
Yes, both of you.
Okay.
It's
Somehow it rolled
con, right?
twice. Which just the first one?
Yeah, I take the first one, yes.
Oh no, wisdom.
Wisdom.
Not con.
Wisdom.
Sorry, I was confusion.
Neat wisdom. Oh, it's even worse. All right, Zoya, you managed to shake off your tick. So being back in Waterdeep and away from that whispering voice in your head definitely did some good there. While Alyssa is still holding on to Elasha as much as you can.
Mhm.
Okay.
So there's that. And now you're back in your good old dungeon. Sunlight is gone. And you started to actually feel comfortable in Waterdeep. But now you're back.
Eh,
Haven't
So,
used the sound thingy of Roll20 for such a long time that I don't know where my ambience music is. Ah, there it is.
so you're using Roll20 now?
I'm on the, at least for the music right now on Roll20, as long as you are in Skullport, yes.
Okay. Um.
Okay.
All right. So I guess we have now in our little space, we have the alchemist tools.
Yes. those got back to your headquarters.
All right. How will that work when we want to brew potions when we take like long rests or we're
Brewing
back?
potions actually, depending on the potion you brew, take quite some time. I mean, you can spare off the time for gathering materials since the alchemist shop was packed with standard materials. So you shave off half of the time as described in the Dungeon Master's Guide. But you still need to invest a couple of days in order to brew a potion. So as long as you don't want to uh, do something specific, you probably need to tell me what you want to do in your off time.
All right, but this can be like so we can like go out, do something, and if we come back, then
Yes,
I would use my
it
spare time
works.
for it.
Yes, exactly. It works like that. You need to work 8 hours a day on the potion, and the remaining 16 hours are basically for you.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good.
Interesting.
So now back in Scarport. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we don't have any missions right now, right?
Well,
No, we were considering going to the
promenade.
promenade, but it's not really necessary right now.
I'd
Yeah.
still like to go if possible.
We could do that.
I have actually not 100% ready, but I actually have the promenade ready.
So
It's
you
not
guys want
it's
to
not
go or not?
100% finished, but we could have a look at it for at least. I mean, I did uh, quite some work there
Mm.
lately on making this viewable for you guys. So maybe you just stop changing this. No, this is just the wrong level. Where is it?
Like for me, I could do stuff in Skullport, but if none of you can, we should go to the promenade. And perhaps if we are going to the promenade now and then we have downtime, can I still do stuff in Skullport or not really because I'm just not there?
You can later on do stuff in Skullport. Yes, of course.
Okay.
So let's do daylight mode, blah blah blah, on
We will
this
go
and
back
there.
to Skullport
Save
latest by
settings.
the end of next session because
Mm.
the thingy with the other guy people will be in Skullport, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. So then let me quickly set up the map here for you guys. Since you go there, you go there, you go there, and you go there.
Coins.
Have to quickly adjust your tokens. This is on. All of this is on. So as mentioned, the map is still work in progress. I worked on this the last couple of days since
I like it.
need it. This is hand drawn by me. I made this myself.
Yes, of course.
What did you use for it?
Dungeon Draft.
Oh,
Great little program that I can very much recommend. It's very easy to learn, quick to use, and you can import custom assets.
this
So yeah,
episode is sponsored by Dungeon Craft.
Oh, wait,
yes, exactly.
I saw this one. I think you posted it somewhere.
Yeah, I posted parts of it on Arts and Crafts. Yes, correct. So yeah, there is no dynamic lighting set up, so enjoy the map for now.
Yeah.
Nothing too much complicated. The thing about the promenade is that where you're standing right now is the entryway, and it took you half a day to get there by the descriptions you already received, leading through dark tunnels from Skyport away. But it's actually not that far, and it could serve as a general um, temple for all of your clerical needs in the future. Mm. You enter it, and you are recognized immediately. So there's no one hindering you in entering the promenade. And the first thing you see is a huge statue that does not look like anything like the picture that you actually see. It is actually a statue of a half-naked drow woman with a musical instrument of some sort in her hands, and resembles Elistre.
That's a spear, though.
It's a spear of
It's a long
music.
flute.
Yes, it's a
Yes,
very
it's
long
it's a
flute.
spear of music. It's basically an air guitar.
You play it by stabbing people, and the music and the sounds they make is the music.
Nice.
If it works.
Yeah, I guess that works. Yes,
Probably takes a lot of
I
skill to do that, actually. Just to make
maybe.
music out of it.
Just imagine like having to do a concert with this.
All your biggest fans that like would die for you, like, oh yes, I will be your instrument, of course.
All right. Just right after the greeting of two drow ladies that you have never seen before, you get escorted to this room up here where the altar stands. The only thing that you notice right now is that the promenade is in a very bad shape. Most of it needs restoration, and moss is coming out of the stone plates there. But the cave that this one is built into is huge. As you can see on the scale of the map, every square is,
5 feet.
I guess, is it not 5 feet? No, it's actually, yeah, it's 5 feet, yes. But still, it's a huge cave, and it's dimly lit by some torches on the walls. But I guess since all of you have dark vision anyway, it's not much of an issue. And
I
in
have my
the
glowing stone.
yes, in the altar room, you find the lady that looks like Cal, but is not actually Cal,
Cow. Yeah.
praying to a symbol of Elistre. And she turns around and goes like, "My friends, you're back. You found us finally."
Yes,
We
it
did.
wasn't hard with the directions you gave us.
I'm glad you're here. So what you see here are the remains of the promenade of the Dark Maiden. And as you can see, it is in quite a bad shape. But we're gonna change that, don't worry. So tell me, how can I help you? Why did you come visit us?
Well, we're here for Yagu, right?
Well, I wanted to discuss the proposal you made to me before you left.
She puts up a slight smile and says, "Yes, have you considered it?"
Yes, I have considered it, and I believe I'll take you up on the offer.
"Oh, that is great to hear. So I guess me and my sisters, we have a new cleric of Elistre. Quite an unusual one, but I guess those ones are unusual times."
Yes, indeed. And to that point, I was wondering, since there are so many empty shrines in Skullport, whether you may have some kind of token here, some kind of statue, so I could help erect one in Skullport.
Huh. I guess that is a reasonable request. and she takes basically right the main symbol that she has on the altar there in front of her, which resembles to be um, a statue of an elven lady carved out of stone, standing on a small little pedestal, and hands it over to you and says, "Use this one to bring the light back to those shrines, and maybe get some followers as well as people in need of help back to our promenade."
Thank you.
Elisha smiles and looks um, visibly proud at Yagu.
Then please step forward, my little turtle friend, and receive your blessing.
Turtle boy.
I do that.
All right. You step forward to the altar, and um, the woman formerly known as Cal starts chanting a blessing there. And Elisha, you actually understand that since it's in Undercommon, the language of the Drow, requesting Elistre to shine her light directly on that fellow there. And surprisingly enough, it actually happens. There is a ray of light coming out of nowhere, shining directly on Yagu's head. And Yagu, you feel immediately empowered to do the work of Velistre and help the people in need down and under mountain, and try to help every drow in need that turns back from Lolth and searches the light of Elistre. Congratulations, you gained clerical powers. Just for the others, in rules terms, Yagu multiclassed into cleric.
Yay.
Yay!
Which also means, for the
Woo.
record, out of character, in the previous fight, I had a level I could basically not use. Like, I had extra HP, but I didn't have anything to do with, like, the level.
Nice.
Yeah, I was actually wondering, but then I thought, yeah, maybe you just didn't
I
get
mean,
your
even if
powers
I
yet.
had, even if I had a normal, like, monk level, I'd still have just one key extra, which won't do much for us in the fight, but yeah.
Yagu is basically the keeper of secrets, actually. It is very interesting how a player like him can keep that stuff to himself and not use it at all. Very interesting trait that you have there.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you got blessed by Elistre, a drow goddess of good, light, and nature.
May I ask what domain you have chosen?
Um,
All of them.
all of them. Yeah. No.
Yes. Which
Twilight.
domain? Yes.
Yes.
I am the domain.
Light.
Domain of the turtle.
Yeah. No. Domain of the turtle.
Light's
Yes.
domain, of course.
Teenage
Yes.
Mutant
Domain.
Ninja Turtle domain.
Yes. Light's domain, as expected.
Yes.
Nice.
Because fireball.
Yep.
It has fireball. I didn't see that actually.
Yes.
Yes,
I went
light
off
has
the-
fireball
I went
later.
off the earlier spells. With fireball, I'll never complain with fireball.
Well, I think you need like, what was it, like 7th level or something?
No, fifth.
Yeah.
Fireball
Already?
actually comes pretty early. Yeah.
What?
It's like 5th level.
Yeah, I think it's 5th level. 5th
But I
level
mean,
spells.
Right.
yes, but still, I mean, you are a 8th level monk, 1 level cleric, so
I still
you
get
need to
some.
get
Little
5
bit to
levels in
go.
cleric. That would actually then mean like being 13th to 14th level in order to achieve fireball at the
Yes.
end of the day.
But it's still some pretty nifty spells, level 1, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like the first level spells of cleric are already very useful. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot.
yeah, cure wounds. I mean, cure wounds.
Cure wounds. You can't
Yeah.
argue with cure wounds.
Exactly. It's like that
Nice.
one health spell that everybody uses. It's very important health spell. So, then I guess this is done now. I'm very happy that you considered our offer and Elistre accepted you to be one of her clerics right now.
As am I.
As mentioned, this is quite an unusual sight for us, but I guess if she sees good in what you do, then we will see as well. Please feel free to guide persons in need back to the promenade whenever you see. And you're also already welcome here every time. And if you need a safe space, feel free to use one of the free rooms. There are quite a lot of them. And she points to the north, basically, at pointing at closing doors, like here and there.
Thank you. I appreciate your generosity.
Yes, there is still a lot of work to do in order to get the promenade and the temple back to the former glory. But we'll work on it. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. So that was that. Is there anything else you wanted to do? As mentioned, the map is basically incomplete and not done yet.
There was something else we had to do in promenade. I think we had mentioned it before somewhere. I don't remember what. Mm,
Well, Zoya has gotten rid of her condition, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, how about Alyssa?
Well,
Well,
Alyssa still thinks that
Mhm.
without Elasha, she's doomed.
yes.
So perhaps you could help us. So we have a little problem here with Alyssa. She seems to have been affected by the aboleth we fought.
I
Or maybe
see.
I'm just
Let
a
me.
very nice person.
Or maybe she's just in love with Lasha, I guess. A
All
little
right.
bit too much so.
She then starts praying and casts down her heavenly light again upon Alyssa and says, "Do you feel
Yay.
better now, my dear?"
Do I?
And you actually do. You feel less attached to Elasha.
Yay. Yes, I do feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So your conditions are removed.
Yay.
Nice.
That was very stressful. I guess I need to retreat for now and seek the guidance of Illustrae once again. So if there is anything else I can do for you, please ask now. Otherwise, I would like to retreat and get some rest.
Where can I find Cal? I mean, Prilui. I would like to
Kile
speak
is
to her.
Kile is basically talking to you right now in the body of Cal,
Wait.
like here.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I completely messed something up. So, yeah, I would then Lasha steps forward and would say, um, well, I didn't really have like any chance to say goodbye to Cal, and I know that you don't really have like a lot of memories, or at least that's what I've been told of the person that your vessel was before you took over. So I just wanted to ask if there's anything, if you still have like any memories, if there's still like a little part left of Cal.
Huh. I guess I can help you there. Wait. She then looks at you, and her eyes more or less roll up into her skull, turning white for a split second. And then she looks at you back again and says, "Ah, big lady, what's your poison?"
Elisha starts smiling and goes, Cal, is that you?
Yeah,
And
here I am. All in my glory.
She leaves out. She lets out like a big sigh of kind of relief, and then proceeds. Well, I think you're probably aware of your situation, and I just wanted to come and say thank you for everything you've done for me. And
No biggie. Just make sure that the tavern gets being cared of and give Farax a little kick in the butt. And be careful of that Jalax guy.
we will.
He did seem to miss you, though.
He did.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I opted in for this one here. And I guess I'm serving the greater good now, so don't you worry about me.
All right. It's nice to hear that you made your peace with your decision. But once again, I would like to thank you. And she steps forward and just hugs Cal and
Oh,
squeezes her like
Aw.
So
really hard.
cute. Wow.
Oh, well, there, big lady. There. And you feel like, first of all, you feel that she's hugging you back, and you feel the pressure of her arms tucking your body straight up to her. But then, shortly after, the hug softens, and you notice that Quile is back in possession of the body right now, and says, "Well then, I guess you made your peace with Cal."
I did. Thank you for granting me this opportunity to say goodbye. I
I
appreciate
see
it.
you. No, no big deal. I guess it's only natural to say goodbye to the ones you are attached to. I see you are in possession of a new magic item that smells very much like the work of my sister. Did you meet her?
Lady Silverhand, I guess.
Lariel, yes.
Yes, we did. We basically this morning came back from Waterdeep, and we met her yesterday, and she, or at least I think it was yesterday, and she talked to us and supplied us with some helpful items.
Well, those items are just a shadow of her former power, but give her my regard whenever you speak to her.
I will. I will definitely do that. I will probably talk to her soon.
Good. Now, please let me retreat to my quarters. And then she moves away and disappears in one of the doors. The other servants then look at you in expectation.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I guess
So,
we
as you
turn
see, we
around.
have a lot of work to do. If there's anything else you want to accomplish here, then please do so. Otherwise, then either help or leave.
Well, I guess we leave.
I
There's not much
All
we
right.
can help out with.
Oh.
So
Well, I don't know what can we help out with.
Well, what you see, what they need is basically, yeah, labor. They need help in restoring the place. So what they need is basically, yeah, craftsmen's workers in order to restore the place. That is the only thing that they need right now.
All right.
Well,
Also
that sure
worshippers,
ain't
of
us.
course. All right, then let's move back to Skullport.
Yeah. Skluppert.
So So you're back in your party house, and Yagwu seems to be very enlightened. and is constantly talking about the good that Alistair can bring to the people of the Underdark and the Drow. He's actually not stopping about it.
Huh.
I'm a Nagy cleric.
If he
You
keeps
So,
do.
going, if he keeps going like that, I'm actually considering going to the weird shop with the weird drinks.
Please do.
It seems like a better option.
yeah, the crafty
Would you,
carafe, that was that was something.
would you have time to talk about our Lord and
Lord and Savior,
Savior,
Alistair.
Elistre?
Yeah. Good. Now, Yagu, you're free to use your clerical powers as you see fit. Finally.
Yes.
Now, what else? What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get my hands not bitten by the cat because he wants attention.
Well, there is
Um,
there is that overarching mission that you have to venture further down the dungeon. So I don't know if you want to do this now.
Does anyone
I
have
don't
something they want
know.
to do here?
Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
well, the only thing would be I would probably sell my old shield if
And I
someone
will
wants to
sell
buy
my
it.
old studded leather, yeah.
Yeah, you get a total of 5 gold pieces for both. You
So
guys
combined
don't have
5 gold.
any attachment to the equipment that kept you alive for such a long time.
Only a
No.
Very
basic
disappointing.
shield.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm very attached to Elasha who kept me alive.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you don't sell me for 5 gold.
I'm not selling you for 5 gold. I'm gonna bet on your life
You
for
must be
five
at
gold.
least 50.
Right.
I mean, I'd like
Well,
to
I
go
do
have
have
a
a bit
drink.
more money now, so yeah, I can bet 50 golds.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to have a drink
In which storm?
at the Worms Gullet.
Jorlax's
Yes.
thingy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Does anyone want to come with me and have a drink at the Worms
Hey,
Gullet?
Welcome back.
I
love
will
Thank
that.
you.
I will join you at the Purple Worm. I
Yes,
won't
at the
join you at the
Worms
other
Gullet.
place.
At the Worms Gullet? No, you mean
So
the
Yeah,
cafe caf.
I would.
I missed the last thing that you wanted to do. So what is it?
We're going
Me
to
and
drink.
Zoya get a drink
You're
at
going
the
to
Purple
drink.
Worm.
Not at the weird shop.
Yes, it's a Purple Worm.
We're gonna
All
annoy
right.
Alistair would join them.
we, we're gonna annoy Jalex because he deserves it.
True.
Yes, he very much does. All right, the worm's gullet it is done. You're going to annoy Jarlax for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
And the worm's gullet got redecorated, and the work there is finished now.
Ooh.
So it turned into a very fancy place, being decorated in a mix of more like sailorish decoration and also a bit fancy. So it is weird, but it seems to fit. Looks like a very fancy sailor tavern right now.
I changed my armor to make it like fit the mood.
A ball dress.
No, not a
I
baldress.
Oh,
Just like more like something swashbuckling.
Okay, being down in the Underdark or in Undermountain, um, Alyssa, your mushroom clothes changed back to their initial form and
Yay.
regained their shininess.
Nice.
no sustaining damages or differences or something.
Not that you can see.
Nice.
Usually, like,
The only thing is
continuously
that
explode anyway.
it seems like in sunlight, the mushroom clothes seem to fade and lose their shininess. But being back then in the Underdark, they seem to glow like they usually did.
Nice.
Jarlax is behind the counter and not really serving people, but yeah, making up a scene there and talk about old stories and battles that he had, while other people do all the work, as expected, since Jarlax is not getting his hands dirty. And I guess you sit down at one of the tables there. And as soon as Jarlax notices you coming in, he then personally attends you and says, well, there, you're back. How do
You
you
seem
like the place?
surprised every time you see us coming back.
Oh, well, the Underdark has a lot in store for adventurers like you. So you never know.
But nice decoration.
Thank you. I managed that all by myself.
And I should relay some warm, like heart, no, some warm greetings from Cal.
From Cal.
Yes.
I guess you found a way to get through to her after that weird little change that she went through.
Indeed. Um, we went to visit her, or, well, her new self, and I was able to speak to her.
All right, then what did she say?
Well, it was not a very long conversation, um, but yeah, she just hopes that you deliver good beer and services to all of Skullport.
Ah, that sounds very much like her. Very nice of her. Well, then I will do my best. Now, what can I bring to you guys? What are you interested in?
I'd be interested in a fine glass of wine, if you do have one.
Oh, we do have. Cal had a lot of great wine from the surface stored in her tavern. Let me get some to you. And he then turns around and snips a finger to one of his servants, who apparently are all drow, and none of them really looks like a tavern servant. They are all armed to the teeth and look more like being sailors or pirates of some sort. And none of them really seems to be comfortable with the role they have to play right now.
Okay.
And while bringing you the wine, you notice that they are quite clumsy in holding a wine glass and pouring it into like it would be some ale. And it actually does not really fit the place or the fanciness.
Okay.
So you'd guess all of the servants here are part of Jarlax's crew from the ship that
Yes.
now have to serve and do a completely different purpose.
Not what we signed up for.
Yes, exactly. Not what they signed up for, and none of them seems to be particularly happy about it. So they're not just serving you a glass of wine; they just ram the glass on the table and say, "There you go." But the
Lasha
wine is
orders
actually
Thank
good.
you.
Lasha orders like a the biggest keg, or no, not keg, but like the biggest beer that you can put out there.
All right, there you go. You see that the pirate servants are way more comfortable in serving just usual ale and beer and pour it in a huge mug and ram it on the table right in front of you. Some of the beer splashes out of the mug and wettens the table.
Yum.
So, what are you up next? What's your deal?
Well, I think we need a good sleep. A lot has happened, and I think next up will be exploring further down this beautiful place.
A great quest indeed.
Well, if you're up for adventures, you can join us.
Oh, I have my own plans here, as you probably already noticed.
I do, but if you ever get really, really bored, this invitation stays active.
Well, I might get to you with a small little request, but it's not yet time to do this. So I think in a couple of weeks' time, I probably have something for you. Maybe you're up to the task, maybe you're not. But you'll find out soon.
Well, I mean, if we have like some downtime here, we usually also look for ways to earn some money. So,
Well, I as far as I heard from the townsfolk, you are pretty much native to Skullport right now, so you could even consider yourself Skulkers, huh?
Somewhat, yes.
Well, you probably heard about the rumors going on in Skullport, huh? There's a big stash of gold hidden somewhere here. I
Define
might need
here.
somewhere in Skullport.
Hmm.
But you will hear from me. I think I might need your help in the future. But as mentioned, not just right now, so go on with your business and then I'll come to you with my business.
sure. Another question. Your sailors, your crew seems to be capable. To also like
Oh,
maybe
yes, they
fight.
are. They are
Um,
beautiful, aren't they?
they
Very,
are, but
yes.
they seem to be a little bit how can I say this? Bored, maybe?
Oh, well, they're sailors and they love the sea. And you know how sailors are. They always romanticize about the sea and they actually never stop about it. They all go, "Well, my only wife is the sea and blah, blah, blah." But you would not guess how much time we actually spent away from the sea and disturbing the Underdark and all of those fancy drow houses that you probably ever heard of. By the way, any news from House of Rindar?
Um,
We did meet Thrissa's sister.
yeah.
Her sister. Well, she has many of them. Which one?
I don't remember her name. Let me check it. It's somewhere in my notes. Is she on the character list?
No, not yet. But she should be in your notes somewhere.
Yeah, I'll probably
Uh,
have her in the notes.
anyhow, yeah,
Yeah.
not really important. Oh, well,
Well,
I guess I owe you a favor for that, since there's nothing else that gives me more pleasure than disturbing drow houses.
well, I think that they said at least that they were going to go back um to their I know what was it like their city or
Yeah, further down.
yeah. So I don't know where they are at the moment, but I guess that they were heading home as they were pretty bruised up.
Well, There seem to be some connections to the Underdark from this mountain here. So maybe they get home, whatever they call home nowadays. So, well, don't worry. If you ever encounter more of House of Rindar, feel free to decimate them as much as you can. It would actually give me great pleasure. Did you ever find out the history of House of Rindar?
I don't think we did.
No.
Well, they have been cast out of Manzabaranzan, which is, as you probably know, the main city of the Drow in the Underdark. And I played quite a role in that. So everything you do against House of Rindar actually completes my mission. So, as mentioned, I owe you something for that. Maybe I'll repay you someday.
What's the
Maybe
place
someday
called?
does not sound very, you know, like how do
What
you
was the
say it?
place called where they got cast out?
Menzoberranzan.
Can you make a
Yes.
copy paste?
And by the way, it was Melith.
Menzoberranzan.
Means Branson.
That's actually a place that even people that are not familiar with the Underdark know, since, as mentioned, it's the main city of the Drow.
Sounds like medication.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah. In
Half
in a
of the
very
Drow things sounds like medication, though.
yes, true. Drow names very weird. That is the most important Drow place that you ever need to know about. Um, Located quite far away from here. But yeah, if you are a Drow house that is established in Menzoberranzan, you are very important. But if you cast out, you're basically a gunner. So yeah, political intrigue, which I had a lot of words to say in it, since other houses have quite an enjoyment in paying me from getting rid of other ones. So that is my occupation right now. You there, elven lady? You'd actually see like you seem like quite a fit for my crew. Maybe you'd consider to join us someday.
Maybe, but not for serving tables.
Oh no, this is just temporary. They don't know that, but for now they have to play a different role. And instead of stabbing people and murdering, they need to serve ale and wine for now. Speaking of, your kegs and glasses seem to be empty. And he turns around, billowing his cape again, which shimmers in different lights and colors. He snips again, and one of the pirates then comes there and refills your mugs and glasses.
Interesting.
This one is on the house. Feel free. Just don't you worry.
Nice.
I don't trust
Oh.
people that tell me not to worry.
Yeah, me neither.
Especially in the Underdark or in the dungeon here. Yeah, don't worry, everything will be fine. Uh huh.
Totally safe.
Good. So you Jarlax then retreats and serves other tables and continues telling stories about his great doings and how he is actually more like a misunderstood folk hero rather than a pirate and an assassin,
Yeah,
a paid sword.
totally.
um, I real quick, what I wanted to ask. Well, when I was saying that his men look bored, I wanted to ask if he would be willing to recruit them into our adventurer service.
Oh, they are all occupied now serving wine.
Ah, They won't be always occupied. I guess he has more men than he needs for serving.
Yeah, well, but he has a plan, and he will reveal that plan shortly to you.
All right.
Don't you? Ooh, mouse. Mouse, go under table. Not good. Come back, mouse. Ah, eh,
Should I send you my
there.
cat?
No, no, no. I can get my mouse back. Good. Mouse is back on table. So yeah, he is quite mysterious about his future plans, but it seems like he is open to disclose it to you at some other point. So maybe you
Sure.
should check back with him. For now, you actually don't even need to pay anything for the drinks that you have, even if you order food. It's
Nice.
all on the house.
That's nice.
Nice.
Yay.
He probably wants something.
Yes. So we should use up every coin that we can save right now because we will pay it back with our time.
Yes.
I
So
guess
you have
then.
a great evening there, enjoying the wine and the ale from the surface. And most of it tastes like it has been directly drawn out of Cal's tavern.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I would like to take a bath in the happy house.
The happy
The
house is
happy
here with
house.
the happy
Yes,
house
the
is here
party
where the
house.
orc was offering services.
No,
No.
the orc offering services is gone.
I
That one
know,
is
I know.
completely gone. It's completely redecorated. There are no
I know.
more additional services served in the Worm's Gullet.
Oh, I'd love to fuck Darlax.
Maybe there's another yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can be quite straightforward about it, but I remember, or I recall Bafs telling us last time that he's more around Zoya's age, so if you're into old people, you can find yourself a sugar daddy there.
Well, I mean,
Oh yeah.
elves age pretty well, and
I know.
drow are basically intellable of their age. But also, you'd say Jarlax is more on the rainbow side of the spectrum.
Yeah,
So
so you'd had more chance with your old body.
Use this guy's self.
Yeah, but
all right,
this guy's
guys.
self doesn't
Yeah.
change your body parts. It's
Well,
just an
Well,
illusion.
there are other spells that could help you out with that, but that is something that we don't need to explore right now. And since you guys don't want to venture further down the dungeon right now, and also don't know what to do, I'd say we end it right here for today.
all right.
That's a good
I
idea.
will write you directly like about inquiries depending my
Yes.
mission and stuff.
Yes. Also, Zoya, you before you leave, Jarlax holds you back and has a little private talk to you,
Oh.
and we will
Okay.
play that out in private as well.
Okay.
So then, that's it for today. Thank you for playing. Was a nice little role play session
Mm-hmm.
with Leisure Day in Waterdeep. I hope you enjoyed it, being back on the surface for at least a day.
Yep.
And with that, we gonna see each other on the next week.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the stuff.